YouTube, please start. There we go. We did it. We did it. Okay, a little bit of trouble there with YouTube, but we're good. Oh, fun cooking stream earlier. Now I just have to upload 200 gigs of files, video files from that. Yikes. But in the meantime, we can watch some LCK. Extremely washed Gen G gameplay.
Yeah, I have been devising this perfect draft. Well, let's see what he is actually cooking up for us here as we dive into the draft for game number 1.
Now, when I mentioned the Tristana Merchants thing earlier, I was referring to people.
All right, so this is 14-13, so it's the same patch that Esports World Cup was played on.
Bulldog was one of the OGs.
And now we're just gonna ban. Interesting, we're banning Zyra against Canyon. Well, I guess that's not too surprising. Take away Ash and Alistair. They really, Genji just really loves to first pick this Corki. They fucking love it. Now, I appreciate that unlike against Top Esports, they actually banned the Tristana this time, so they learned something. Also, because Bulldog has been the 2-trick. Like, he's played a little bit of Hwei, he's played a little bit of Yone, but he's looked far better on Corki and Tristana than other champions.
He has 2 games of Lucian, 2 games of Hwei, 1 game of Yone. Those are the other and new and better Corki, and he's winning on it a lot.
So instead, we're just going to take Ezreal Renekton. Sejuani priority has gone up. We get Pays on his classic Zeri. Viego reset comp for Cuz. I mean, he is the key of this team. If he's not going to be playing an AP jungler, he's going to be playing something like Viego in order to help carry this Guangdong Freaks team. They're going to take away Lulu, interestingly. That was still available, though.
GP, we just found out that GP is a champion again in our previous series, and so...
GP has always been good into Jax, is good at zoning out Renekton, so Keen's going to pick that up here, too. Fun times.
A very storied history.
Yeah, it was definitely being played in scrims. It was hovered a lot in EWC. Rakan is going to be the option here. So there's a lot of setup for these GP barrels and the Corki damage here.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not the greatest chain CC setup for a Sejuani.
The thing is, the cleanup's going to be crazy if GP gets a barrel off with the Zeri. And we're back to the Hwei. What a surprise for Bulldog. He has no champion pool.
So you have really nice engage, and you have blow up here as well for Guangdong Freaks. Like, if you end up hitting a solar flare, you Zenith Blade in, the Ezreal burst comes through, the Hwei burst comes through, something like a Gangplank is going to be in a lot of trouble. My biggest issue, though, with Guangdong Freaks' comp is the only way you can catch this Zeri is if a Leona gets on top of her, or a Renekton gets on top of her, or like a little mini Viego stun gets in there. She's otherwise extremely free to just fly around the team fight, and there's not a whole lot of ranged lockdown. Like, Solar Flare is so difficult to catch Zeri with that I just feel like Pays is going to have the freest time when we get to team fights. Their comp scales incredible.
Really underwhelming R5. Yeah, I mean, look, this is just Bulldog, right? They want to set up some poke to try and get some kills for Viego resets, right? But, I mean, I think Dudu is going to have a really hard time doing anything on this Renekton, because what are you going to do? He can't really flank. He's just going to get CC'd or zoned out by barrels, so...
Is if a Leona gets on top of her, or a Renekton gets on top of her, or to catch
mid lane is running.
I mean, I thought the Renekton that 369 played in the finals was really underwhelming. Not because he didn't get fed, but because he couldn't transition that gold lead into much of anything at all. Except for the one hero teleport flank he got, but the game was already over at that point in time.
Start, makes you feel good when champions walk down that mid lane.
Thought we might see a lane swap with the Zeri, but
definitely. We know, because I say it's been a while since we've seen GP Renekton. Used to see it a lot. Used to be extremely common. The matchup that goes both ways, just like the Gnar matchup we had earlier. You know, it's counter-picked into Gnar a lot of the time. As yeah, level 1 is definitely not good for the Hui. But how it's going to play out in this game as well, with Keen being such a storied Gangplank player himself, is...
The old Gatling gun, face your opponent and just do pain at him, is it's a tough one.
He's doing the Corki level 1 thing, where he does that. He presses E and he kind of aims the cone towards the enemy champion. Corki's getting a bit of a tap on the next patch in terms of his health.
So GP was buffed on this last patch, so we may see him returning to a lot of the kind of classic matchups that we had seen from him previously.
She's getting more mana, but then her Q is going to cost 50 mana. So basically, it's not really going to take her out, I don't think. We'll see, but
I still think the best way is probably banning.
So basically, they increased the slow value. They did a very small increase, so they increased the slow value, the flat slow value on his E barrels. So it is 80% now, even with no crit.
Then talk about the Renekton GPs. Now
at max rank. So not a huge buff, but
I mean, we do know the Hui Corki matchup. We've seen that one quite a few times so far. Yeah, I think the Renekton Gangplank, that's the most fun. Because, you know, if this was a few weeks ago, we'd have Skarner Cassante in the top lane. So we need to actually, like, I feel like maybe we're being rude. As we've got a bit of a fight here towards the bottom side. Pace taking a fair bit of damage. Canyon gets here in the nick of time, though, as the burst fires not necessarily all landing, but there's the dash forward. Canyon, can he find it? Undil, that's going to be the side step. Canyon trying to get after
okay, doesn't get the last auto in. So Undil flashes, but they don't actually get the E proc. Flash in from Lahens and Canyon, but they force 2 flashes in the bot side. And they know he's there because of the Scryer's Bloom now.
Well, Dudu's gonna come on over. They do manage
nice flash on the stun.
With the oranges, there's Dudu getting a little bit in danger.
Of course, Dudu's got rage.
Well, Dudu's gonna come on over. They do manage to...
So he oranges the Renekton stun, and then he flashes the Viego stun. So nicely played there by Keen.
Yeah,
that's just a ruse. He's not coming back in.
Map attempt they were going to go for, and
putting the fog down as a ruse before he recalls.
Bottom side for one flash top, but it's a flash on the GP that has that extra safety in this matchup with the oranges. So feeling like a big trade up for the side of Guangdong Freaks, or sorry, for Genji, and mentioning also that Ezreal is significantly behind in farm. And
they still have 2 flashes with jungle in top, so maybe they can go for something in a little bit.
Yeah.
But after first clear, Canyon's just going to cover top side. He's going to help push out, looks like. They want to make a kill here. Dudu's really far forward. Dudu still has flash. This might be a problem for Dudu.
Who's going to try and walk this one off.
Nice sidestep. Very nicely played by Dudu, actually. Nice sidestep.
Successful gank there from
then gets into the flash.
Really well handled by Dudu. A little bit lucky as well. The Arctic Assault not going to connect there, but still. Well, gets out of there just in the nick of time. Could have been much worse.
I need to move my camera, actually. I'm at esports World Cup height.
The matchup can be so flippy, though, where if the Renekton gets ahead,
there we go.
Down the GP and
I have back to my rightful place atop the mini-map.
Yep. Lahens in position, though. Spots out exactly what's going on here. And Chovy knows that he's now got a free lane. We'll be able to put this Phosphorus Bomb down on top of these minions. And I was actually thinking that Keen might try to go for the Tabis pretty quickly, the Steel Caps, just because it is double physical on the top side with the Viego and the Renekton. So
yeah,
a fair bit of value there with those shoes. But Sheen, just basically a must-buy as the first back. So hopefully Keen is going to prioritize those boots. For that, he's just going to make sure that he gets, you know, the Gangplank classic first item.
Bulldog going to lose a significant amount of farm here. Chovy has a massive lead already.
Yep, at least the cannon was there, so doesn't actually miss out on too much.
Yeah, but he lost farm earlier. Cannon gonna, you know, mean that he can get majority of this farm here. We'll get basically all of it. But Chovy just really crushing the lane so far. As you know, Chovy's the guy who hard wins against Tristana with Corki right now in this meta. He is he's not really losing to anyone. Has a good early game. Already has his Merc Treads picked up here now as well. And is just going to continue to put that pressure on, grab the tier there as well, so he can start stacking up mana to be even more annoying later on. This little Yordle.
And having a look back towards that top lane.
All right, so we're just going to go ahead and trade cross-map objectives. Nothing too exciting happening yet. Oh, well, skipped ahead too much, apparently. So they actually fake here that they're going to help with Drake, and then they punish a push-out, looks like, from Leaper and Ondil.
There's rockets as well. Bulldog was struggling with all of the other things that the Corki could do, and now has to worry about even further away stuff happening as Pei's going to skate on over. That's going to be the knock-up onto Ondil. And no more Aftershock and no more Eclipse, but it's going to be enough. And he walks it off. Engaging stuff happening.
They didn't use the... Where was the Zeri laser?
As now to worry about even further away.
It's interesting to me that he didn't try and use Zeri W before he skates over the wall.
That's going to be the knock-up onto Ondil. And no more Aftershock and no more Eclipse, but it's going to be enough. And he walks it off.
I wonder why. Maybe he didn't want to just give it away.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But if you hit that W, I think maybe you get that kill.
Stun onto Pei's right away there, which was a little bit concerning as Dudu.
Oh, try by fire. That is a lot of damage. Passive of Gangplank. That's the thing. That's the thing you gotta worry about. Just does loads of damage.
If you get slowed,
This match makes me worried for KDF.
You know, often at risk is Keen.
All right, the Crocodile is coming back, and Keen is gonna say, "Ah, yeah, that's bait."
Yeah, Dudu has no flash. He knows it. There's no way that he would walk up like that. There's just no reason. It's 100% a good read from Keen.
Yep.
Playing respectfully here.
This is Tom Hardy Gangplank up there towards the top side. He's very well aware.
Yes.
Going to be able to get the vision down now as well, so he's making sure that everything's all right. Lahen's poking his head in. Actually gives away his position here, so it does give Ondil the go-ahead to get out of the bottom lane if he would like to.
Does Zeri W deal more damage if it's from the wall? Yes. So it does a crit.
Come up here and collect some support gold. Help Chovy push this in and grab a plate. Yeah, it's like it's crazy how much Chovy wins lane on Corki, because we know Corki is now a lane bully, right? He's
did I see the Chris Greeley tweet? Yeah. I mean, who knows what that means though? Look, guys.
Slightly nerfed. He was
people think I don't want to be right about the Saudi stuff, guys. I don't want MSI to be in Saudi Arabia. So if I'm wrong, then great. But just because he says there's no MSI in Saudi Arabia, you'll notice that he didn't say we're having MSI somewhere else. So I'm concerned that what he means is, as I talked about, that there isn't going to be an MSI anymore. They're just going to call it Esports World Cup, and that's going to be the second international event of the year. You know what I mean?
15 CS up, forcing backs just straight up from Gatling gun
so,
is something that really only Chovy has.
Guess we'll find out. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, because I don't want that shit there.
In his own right, but Chovy is just owning him.
But like, if they just stop calling it MSI, but the MSI format is at the Esports World Cup, then.
And this was a pick that.
I mean, I guess technically he's not lying. I mean, he's lying in spirit, obviously.
Just owning him.
And this was a pick that we saw a lot of mid laners actually find a lot of value in, as Chovy's just standing his ground and doing shooting, but he might be in trouble here as the ulti's going to go wide, but that's only because of we saw a lot of mid laners actually find a lot of value in, as Chovy's just
a lot of aggression right there from Chovy. Goes in with very little mana. He actually I don't think he has mana to Valk.
We saw a lot of mid laners actually find a lot of
how much mana does Valk cost? I'm gonna look it up. 100, 125. Oh no, it costs 80. So actually he does have mana to Valk.
Standing his ground and doing shooting, but he might be in trouble here as the ulti's going to go wide, but that's only because of the flash. Nicely played there from Bulldog as Pei's here as the ulti's going to win.
Oh, his Valk was on cooldown. He Valked in. JK. His Valk's on cooldown.
Find a lot of value in, as Chovy's just standing his ground and doing.
Oh, it's so unfortunate though. He's like 2 seconds away from the Valk being up.
The ulti's going to go wide, but that's only because of the flash. Nicely played there from Bulldog as Pei's is ulting here on this bottom side as well. Now Lahen's, can he actually catch up and keep them in position as the Glacial Prison goes a little bit wide? We're going to head back towards its bottom lane as Lahen's is lit on fire. And now, here in the mid lane, a slowdown, Cannon Barrage, there's the turn canyon. Look!
I can tell you, though, that I would be surprised if LoL wasn't at the Esports World Cup at all next year, because the owners of the teams definitely want that, because they're all partners with the Saudi government now, and that's how they compete, you know, to get a bigger percentage of the prize pool, like the event-wide prize pool for the team. So I'd be really surprised if, you know, they just pulled out of EWC completely.
The Glacial Prison could go wide, but that's only because of the flash. Nicely played there from Bulldog, as Pace is ulting here on this bottom side as well. Now Lahens, can he actually catch up and keep them in position as the Glacial Prison goes a little bit wide? We're going to head back towards
All right, let's try and run at them a little bit.
And now, here in the mid lane, a slowdown, Cannon Barrage, there's the turn, Canyon.
Nice flash.
The permafrost and gets it. Cuz wants to be out of...
All right, he makes the most out of that scenario, knowing that Bulldog doesn't have flash. He blew Bulldog's flash and the gank.
Now Lahens, can he actually...
So Bulldog has to flash. This is the Sejuani ult right here. Bulldog has to flash it to get out of the way, and it's a really nice turn by Canyon.
As Lahens is lit on fire. And now, here in the mid lane, a slowdown, Cannon Barrage, there's the turn, Canyon looks for the permafrost and gets it. Cuz wants to be able to possess the Sejuani though, and is going to be able to do it. It's a 1-for-1 in mid.
What is Kwangdong's win con? Basically poking them with Hwei and Ezreal, and then finishing them off and getting Viego resets in a 5 versus 5. I mean, they definitely have a win condition. I think it's hard, though, because the Renekton, I think, is just going to be useless later. Like, who is he supposed to mark? Who is he supposed to target on Genji's composition? He's going to be stopped from any kind of flanks. They have enough CC. You know, they can just hit him with Sejuani or Rakan CC. Or, you know, Corki will just Falc away or whatever. They can zone him out with GP barrels. It's going to be really hard for him to have a meaningful flank.
So it doesn't matter about that, or doesn't care about that. And back to neutral up here on the top side. Genji, a small lead. That's a significant pick.
I don't particularly like Kwangdong's team composition in the late game. I think Genji has pretty substantial advantages, but it's not, I don't think it's wholly unplayable.
His way forward. And Chovy, you saw, like, the call was Canyon was going in to die. Like, he's going to trade 1-for-1. And Chovy, just make sure that you don't die as well. Stick around in the lane. That is going to equal a 20 CS gap now, as another wave is going to fall by the wayside. And Dudu is sort of realizing that Crocodile into Pirate, even though in Peter Pan, Captain Hook very scared of crocodiles, Gangplank is not Captain Hook, and therefore not as scared of crocodiles. As Lahens is going to be out of grand exit. Of course, it's not necessarily the crocodiles, is it? It's the clock that the crocodile ate.
Have you thought about coaching or being an analyst for a team? No. I don't want to do that shit.
Being scared of time and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, Genji going to be able to start off these grubs. I got nothing. I often think about Peter Pan, you know? I never really thought.
All right, so they're trying to stop the 4 grub buff because they had to trade for Drake earlier on.
I often think about Peter Pan.
But Ezreal's not here. Ezreal didn't take TP in this matchup. Because of Rakan, he has Cleanse. And so because Zeri's actually motioning up and Leaper was on recall, they're not going to be able to take this. Even though Canyon doesn't have Smite right now.
We'll come back to that in a little bit. Yeah, we can get back to it. And maybe the space can break it down. If there's not as many highlights in this particular game, maybe they can have a philosophical discussion for us. So neither team having a big edge there. There's no Tristana in this game. There's no Ziggs in this game. So it's not going to be as big value as it often has been on this patch here in the LCK or previous patch. And GP now going to keep the wave away from the Renekton. Very frustrating here for Dudu. It's actually deciding not to back. And it gets an instant question mark ping as well. Going, maybe he's freezing because Canyon's coming in. Well, you'd be right about that. He would. Canyon doesn't have a Krug camp to head towards.
Like, Dudu can't play the game. Like, look at Dudu. He's like, yeah. I can't play the game. I can't do it. I don't know where they are. Canyon's on the other team.
This is as much playing the game as he's allowed to do at this point in time.
He's like, I can't back. I can't farm. I can't do anything.
Wait. Is it even, like, he had to just slice to get into experience range, I'm pretty sure, as Teleport is going to come in. And Genji, they're looking for the dive. Arcasol is going to connect here onto Dudu. Cannon Barrage comes on.
Much faster on the TP. Bulldog late on the TP. Now he's going to die too.
Grab that kill as well. And Keen, he wants even more. Trial by Fire comes down, lights Bulldog on fire, and there's not.
Really well played by Genji. They're already just prepped on the crash here. Viego's on the bot side of the map, so he actually can't do anything.
Teleport is going to come in, and Genji,
he tries to flash out, but he gets hit by Sedge Q right away. Then he's outside of turret range, so they don't actually have to take that many turret shots. Chovy takes it here, but they can reset the turret.
Keen, he wants even more.
Keen grabs aggro.
There's nothing he can do. Double kill.
The Hui TP is really bad.
Nice to get into
Like, it's just too late.
Pretty sure his teleport is going to come in, and Gen G,
It's just too late. And it's also played weird by Dudu, where he's not really in a place where Hui can help him.
After teleporting in, is going to be able to help grab that
And he
kill
doesn't
as
have the
well.
damage to actually take down the Sejuani.
Fire comes down, lights Bulldog on fire, and there's nothing he can do. Double kill for the Gangplank. And it makes me feel like already the Gangplank's...
Yeah, I think that's just a misplay. Like, I don't know why Dudu flashes away from turrets if the call is that they're going to match TPs. Because he needs to be under that turret so that Bulldog can actually finish off whichever target has tower aggro. But it helps Gen G juggle the aggro by walking back away from it.
There's nothing he can do. Double kill for the Gangplank. And it makes me feel like already the Gangplank's completely out of control.
GP is terrifying now.
It is now, and it was already a problem. The Renekton into GP matchup, you know, if you make a mistake as the GP, the Renekton can get ahead and run you down. But usually you need jungle help. As Cuz, I don't know about this.
Well, let's see whether he can get this one done as Keen's going to eat some oranges and has to flash to get out of the Heartbreaker. Very nicely done. Is he out of the woods just yet, though, is the question. As the charge up, there's the flash forward. And Cuz can get this one done as Keen's going to eat some oranges and has to flash to get out of the Heartbreaker.
I mean, it is helpful to have the kill onto...
As the charge up, there's the flash forward, and Cuz is going to be able to get the kill. So nicely done there to get something back for the Kwangdong Freaks.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, Cuz getting that gold is very helpful, right? Because he can actually be the carry in this particular game.
Expansion of the TP from Bulldog as well, but it definitely is something. I mean, now he's got 2 kills on the Viego. Yep, both of Kwangdong's kills are in his hands, and he has done a lot of great things with carry Viego when he does get the gold. Dudu also going to be able to come back over here, grab some plate gold himself.
It's still a very close game, though. I'm just concerned that this Renekton is just not going to do anything this whole game. I really like GP as a champion. I think he's fun to watch at the pro level.
It's the whole wave. The Keen just lost, cannon and all. So we're going to check out this dive once again.
It's so crazy that Chobi's like, all right, I TP in. We also, if I TP, we get both Bulldog's TP and 2 kills. It's like, yeah. Because otherwise, what do you do is Dudu in this case, he already had to like not play the game, and then he's like, oh, okay, they're diving me, and then Bulldog comes up, he's like, I got you, man. Oh, you don't got him. You're also dead. Your TP is gone. And Chobi just makes it happen.
They agreed for the plate, though.
Over here, Keen plays this incredibly well. Flashes the Heartbreaker, but now he doesn't have flash. Cuz just gonna get as close as he can here. Buffers this with the flash into the stun. Takes him out, becomes GP for a minute, but shuts him down so that the Renekton can get that gold, deny that farm.
Owie. That's
Renekton and Jax have looked like totally worthless picks all year. I mean, I think Jax has looked okay, you know, into TF in particular.
Yes.
But yeah, I think for the most part.
Great name for just shooting someone, I don't think.
Yeah, but it says R. It has R in it, Atlas.
Sorry. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, that's the pirate thing where you go R and you make R jokes. That's what Riot had in mind.
Yeah.
Come on, Atlas, it's not that hard.
I missed that part, I think, of it all. Maybe it's an Australian thing. It's okay. Canyon is going to crash Shelly towards that top lane. That is going to mean first Horror Blood does go over to Gen G. Kwangdong Freak's going to try and punish this, though. As Canyon and
This match is with the big barrel slow on GP, yes. This is 14-13 where they buffed the barrel slow.
Frost armor and the aftershock of Canyon means that I don't know whether they want this. Even though the Grasping Maw does come down, True Shot Barrage laid on top, and Canyon just walks it off.
He's just
fine.
His damage taken stat.
All right, a few buttons going missing. His pace
Oops, they walked into getting double W'd there.
Canyon just walks it off.
He's just
fine.
His damage taken stat.
All right, a few buttons.
They actually come back and both get hit by the W, and then Zeri comes over the wall and kills them.
It is going to be the kill first going over to damage taken.
Why are we even fighting here? What is the point of this?
Does come down. True Shot Barrage laid away as now they engage on Gen G.
You can't kill the Sejuani.
Canyon and Chovy trying to get their way out. They know that help was on the way as now they engage onto the Frost armor and the
Canyon actually has a bunch of MR from Zeke's Convergence and from
means that I don't know whether they want this. Even though the Grasping Maw does come
Mercs.
down, True Shot Barrage laid on top, and Canyon just walks it off.
He's just
fine.
His damage taken stat.
All right, a few buttons going missing. His Pace is here. All right, and now we're certifying.
They just overextend in response. Why are they sticking around here?
Means that I don't know whether they want this.
All right, take 1 million damage from Quirky Rockets.
On top, and Canyon just walks it off.
He's just
fine.
His damage taken stat.
It is a really good flank here by Pays.
All right, a few buttons going missing. His Pace is here.
And they're already pre-slowed for him, which is super nice. Pays plays that super well. Man, Genji's good.
First going over to Sejuani, but then Pays gets one. All right, this. Even though the grasping maw does come down, True Shot Barrage laid on top, and Canyon just walks it off.
He's just
fine.
His damage taken stat.
All right, a few buttons going missing. His Pace is here. All right. Moment or anything like that, but it's still 5-2.
I'm not going to certify it, but I will say it was a pretty great play from Pays because there's no inherent risk knowing he has cleanse there. He can just go straight on top of Leona, does not care, and now Dudu is alone.
Oh dear, maybe he's a handbag. Grand Entrance does come on through there as Dudu. Still relatively tanky.
Yeah, he still has ult.
And does also have the Dominus, so that's why they're not going to hard commit to this.
Yeah, just going to frustrate him a little bit. And the health trade is definitely worth it, as Keen didn't take any
So
damage.
GP's barrels used to scale off crit chance, the slow.
Dragon. As unfortunately for Quantum Freaks is proactive,
But now they just don't do that, and they have a higher base value of slow.
Just absorbs everything, and he just tosses the ult into Cuz. I mean, the layering of everything there was so perfect for Canyon, and he just trades half his health bar for a win in the team fight. Then Pays shows up here as a control ward here in the pit, so he knows they don't know. And he's got cleanse, so there's just no risk to this play whatsoever.
I've never thought about maximum Winter's Wrath value.
Yeah, but that was it.
I just did then. Yeah, so that's thanks Canyon, I guess. Definitely did as much as possible.
Yeah, his W was huge right there because they both walked into it. Got the slow for Zeri.
Throws a barrel towards Bulldog, and Bulldog's like, oh, dude, this is what you've been dealing with. This is annoying. And I think we'd all agree, as now Leaper fighting against Pays, but Pays and Lahens. Grand Entrance does come on through. Pays can't actually close the gap as they're fighting on top.
Whoops.
There's a cannon barrage, and there goes Lahens. Really good timing for Cuz.
They got Ezreal's flash, though.
There on the ends, but Leaper flash and cleanse gets out. True Shot Barrage, left me a little bit wanting, but otherwise, with the team rotating over, Leaper does end up trading that one back. It's a third kill for the Viego, though. It doesn't go over to the Ezreal, but at least he cashed in his call. So has a decent amount of money in his own pockets. Doesn't have the same amount that Pays has, but he's in a really good position here. Teleport should deny the turret take. Dude is just going to come over here and clean this one up. As Dragon is live, and it's a Hex Tech, so we haven't really spent that much time talking about this. Amazing for Genji's composition. Decent for Quantum Freaks as well. This is a really important Dragon.
It's very good for KDF because it helps them. You can basically proc you can proc Hextech Soul with their poke and then use it to help get Viego resets. I mean, it's good for either side. Just good in general. When's it bad? Never.
In the most comfortable of positions in Canyon. Sitting like a sniper, ready to throw out the Glacial Prison. Let's see whether he's found Leaper and Cuz here. He absolutely has. Rocket comes in, and did he last hit him with a Glacial Prison? That's one way to do it. Pays is going to be able to pick up a kill here as well, and Quantum Freaks. Oh,
Man, Pays is playing over the wall so well this game with his Zeri. This is a great game from Pays.
It's just weird ways to get kills day here for Gen G. As Dudu, he's running underneath the inner turret, and it's all for top comes in. The most comfortable of positions in Canyon.
They have no vision control over Banana Brush, and they're trying to walk around in the jungle. That's just silly. Really weird skirmishes that have been taking from Kwangdong this game. Like, you just can't be there if you don't have vision over the Banana Brush.
Lahens even picks up a kill with a Q. It's just weird ways to get kills day here for Gen G. As Dudu, he's running underneath the inner turret, and it's all falling apart around him.
Yeah, it's a disaster here. Leaper having no summoners after that previous play was really what did him in. Canyon's like, he's got no sums. We find the Ezreal, we kill the Ezreal. He's only got one arcane shift. He's not going to be able to do anything after that. They just find him and take him out at the beginning of the fight. There's no damage here on the side of Kwangdong Freaks. As Leaper aggressively trading here, baiting because he knows Andal is nearby. He also knows that his jungler is coming up. And he is able to use both summoners to escape there and then help trade back the kill. Kill goes to Cuz. And then watch this from Canyon.
Thing is, now he just has no sums, and they're trying to respond to the mid push so they don't lose mid tier 1, but it's a very bad rotation through a very dark jungle. That was extremely scary.
I'm stealing the kill with the Glacial Prisoner. I'm going to get Yanko some mentions, but, you know, at the end of the day, still a kill's a kill, okay? A dragon's a dragon.
100%. And, like, you got to just do it. We're going to do that. And it just kind of pulled them apart.
He has
Kendo going.
4-0 and 2 on the Zeri now. Pays is 2 levels up. He just doesn't want to get hit by it.
In a while since Cannon Barrage has been in the...
I mean, the vision control has been absolutely dominated by Gen G this game. There are hardly any wards on the map for Guangdong.
It's scary, man. I mean, he just doesn't want to get hit by it. I understand.
Yeah. He definitely wasn't scared of it that time.
No. 4-0 and 2 on the Zeri now. Pays is 2 levels up on Leaper, who unfortunately has just been pushed out of the game twice.
Oh man, we didn't even talk about the certification moment, but I think it happened at some point.
It definitely, you know, it was a slow burn, but she's well and truly 2 items now, probably going to be 2.5 after this Baron take. As he just goes in, it's actually Zeri who slides in onto the Ezreal.
Nice try on it is.
Like, it's an engage from Lehens, and it's not the first time we've seen Leaper caught out like this. I feel like it is interesting, and it's a good talking point that...
rough game from Leaper and from Bulldog, honestly.
In the LCK, coming in as a streamer, right, having a ton of solo queue experience. The coordination that you're seeing from Gen G, just punishing him for having his flash down. You feel safe as Baron. I mean, it's a snowball well and truly rolling down the hill at this point.
It really is. And one thing that's happened from today...
Guangdong are frauds, though. I was so worried about, you know, their performances based just around, like, them getting a lot of Tristana.
I love watching Gangplank play. I think he's fantastic in team fights, in lane. And it's just really fun to watch barrels go boom. There's another one. Speaking of which, Gen G is going to break open the inhibitor turret on the bottom side of the map. No real fight is... And he can sort of stand here with impunity. Barrel goes on over, but good slice there from Dudu to get himself out of the way. And I think a last... Going to catch a Glacial Prison is all that's really on the cards here for Quangdong Freaks, but they can't really do it if the Crocodile's down at half health, and this poke damage that's coming through is kind of nutty. Exactly right. As now Arndil, he's going to catch a Glacial Prison. Bulldog's also just taking incidental damage. Arndil's going to try and turn it. It doesn't quite work out, though, as the quickness comes in. That's going to clean up the Crocodile, and Lehens takes matters into his own hands. Leaper tries his very best to find a fight, but he's not quite going to get there. The slowdown comes in from Bulldog, but all of his friends are lying down in the dirt.
The only thing left to do at this point is to vote POG Atlas. And that's a tough call.
That's cute. They just recall and then double TP onto with full HP and close the game. Very good closure there, right? Using empowered recalls and then just double TP onto the cannon minion so you can keep the push up but do it safely. Super good call by Keen and Chovy.
And we'll see whether that's going to be the case, as there goes the Nexus. Gen G making short work of Quangdong Freaks. No longer on a holiday across the globe.
Knew it was coming. We didn't like it as much, but that's
all right. Game number 2
is the time it gets a little spicier for CV Max. Play instantly the next game, or the game right afterwards. Like are warranted, and he's just gonna get it straight up right again.
Okay, so is this... Okay, it's not the CV.
Can't wait for Jed versus DK series. Yeah, that'll be fun. It's always a banger for some reason. Even though they've changed all their players, always a banger.
You saw very vocal there in the player cam, as we just saw.
All right, so I guess Guangdong chose red side, and now they want to take away the Zeri, but they're still picking the Renekton, so they give away Corky's Edge again. What is this?
Or just completely change it up. Okay.
So they just don't even want to play GP anymore. What are they playing? Are they playing Ziggs bot? What's going on? Why do we have 2 ADCs? I mean, this could be a Ziggs bot poke comp for sure.
Let's not put Corky in the bottom.
Could be like Ziggs Leona bot lane.
All right, there it is. Like, we knew that.
All right, Bulldog, he's doing it mid Ezreal. He's back on the AD mid crutch.
We knew that they would.
I don't hate this Ezreal pick. The Ezreal.
Very fringe.
So they're gonna ban Senna. I would take. I mean, if Pays and Lehens can play Ziggs Leona, that is actually huge here.
Being played in the mid lane. It's a very different time. Ezreal, a very different champion. Or wait, Showmaker actually played in the.
They banned Leona. What?
Yeah, but Malrong was the. Don't actually carry angle. This is what we wanted DRX to go with.
Coming up.
Okay, is it AP Kaisa? Okay.
Okay, this is a super.
All right, so I mean, they banned the Leona, so basically let's talk about this. The Nautilus is a counter to Zeri, especially because you have targeted CC against her with Nautilus ult. Really does help you take her down. Also, Kai'Sa has been a counter to Zeri because you can just, if she goes over a wall, you can ult her and 1v1 her. So if you actually, and she does do hybrid damage. So, Ezreal should be mid in this case. It's just a matter of which support they're going to go.
Super strong rotation here for Gen.
Braum into Nautilus, okay, fine.
Have a lot of distance they're going to have to cover.
Oh, they actually just keep Zeri mid. Interesting. So they avoid the Zeri, at least in the laning phase. But she's still going to have problems in team fights versus Nautilus anyway. But Kai'Sa can also get into the backline, as you point out, against Crims, against Ezreal. So, you know, this feels pretty good for Gen G overall. At least, you know, Kwangdong has some ability to counteract engage by kiting with Daisy and with Braum.
Yeah, I know, and I was also like,
but they're still going to have the same issue. Like, how do you get the Renekton onto the backline? Also, I don't really understand why Keen switched from GP into Jace for this particular game. Maybe he's just bored of playing GP?
We can retire it now forever. That's okay. I think that's fine.
Zeri against Corki sounds like hot garbage. I mean, it does. You could probably just get all in at level 1 and level 2. Like, Corki can probably just run at you with Gat at level 1 and you can't do anything, right?
I don't know. I never knew.
I think the adults say Neverland.
Yeah.
The kids who want to stay in Neverland call it Neverland.
And which version of Peter Pan that's in movie form is true canon?
Well, I think
there are
most
so
people
many.
would say Hook.
This conversation about Peter Pan is painful.
How many and we can retire it now forever.
Neither of these guys, respectfully, my friends, Max and Wolf, guys, Peter Pan comes from a play by J.M. Barrie. So it was actually a stage play first that was then turned into a novel by J.M. Barrie later on.
Whether Wendy should have stayed in Neverland or...
So...
was going for it, you know, gave it a crack, and we can retire it now forever.
That's okay.
I think that's fine.
We get to a lull state, you and I can talk about wristwatches and whether Wendy should have stayed in Neverland or, you know.
It's just Neverland, by the way.
And how many Nevers there are in Neverland as well? Like, is it Neverland or is it just Neverland? I don't know. I never knew.
It's Neverland.
I think the adults say Neverland.
Yeah.
The kids who want to stay in Neverland call it Neverland.
These motherfuckers have never read the book.
In movie form is true canon.
Well, I think most
so
people
many.
would say Hook.
And why would Hook be true canon? I like Hook, but why would Hook be true canon? Hook is a sequel to Peter Pan that was made for a movie. I like Hook, okay?
So would I.
But it's definitely the furthest thing away from true canon. Like, you have to go with at least one of the ones that, one of the films that is about the initial book.
Yeah, sure.
So adults played kids on stage? No, kids played kids on stage. That play is still staged to this day, guys, but it's usually done, you know, in elementary schools.
That's the only one.
Yep. But wait, was Flubber...
Hook is great. Adanian, we almost picked Hook because Richard and Thorin hate Hook for the next foreplay arc. I would have fiercely defended Hook. I cannot defend Julia Roberts' performance in that movie, but I do think that Dustin Hoffman is great, Robert Williams is great. Who doesn't love Rufio? Come on. It's good.
Standards, I mean, come on. Like, is it a bad movie? Not necessarily. But like,
yeah, Rufio is
you know,
fucking great.
Williams is kind of like, that's in love with the computer. Come on.
Didn't a woman originally play Peter too? Yes. If you do the play with adults, you have a woman play Peter Pan, obviously. Just like you do when you need any boy. Like Bart Simpson is a woman. Guys, spoilers.
And Pays are going to get attacked here momentarily by Leaper and Andil. And Lahen's actually kind of getting pushed out here as Kane going very aggressive towards Dudu. Man, Dudu is just a punching bag.
Yeah, he's just
series.
He's playing into champions that shoot far.
Julia Roberts is trash at Hook, though. She is so bad.
In this game.
Also, by the way, Tinkerbell is a fucking bitch. Tinkerbell is horrible. I don't know if you guys know this, but she tries to get Wendy killed, like, on multiple occasions because she's jealous of Peter paying attention to Wendy. Tinkerbell sucks. That fairy should be destroyed.
As well, but Ivern ganking a Jace sounds a little bit tricky to pull off. As Kai'Sa has not been doing the winning that much, and that is a list of East Side players with the exception of Viper.
wasn't there a point in time when women weren't allowed on stage, so young boys play women? I mean, it depends. In Japan, that's still true, by the way. If you do traditional no theater, men have to play women because women aren't allowed to act. It's in kabuki, a different kind of Japanese theater they can act.
So, you know, there's been a lot of some of our weaker teams leaning on the pick more than our winning teams. Teddy being arguably our best Kai'Sa player on that list.
Hashtag fuck Tinkerbell.
Yep.
Besides Viper, of course. And
I would squash Tink.
Level 3 gank.
She deserves to die.
See whether he can actually find it here, as Chobi gets the bad news, but it's going to miss. And so therefore Chobi is well and truly fine.
Ivern not really known for his level 3 gank prowess, but
this is going to be a surprise to you, Wolf. This is the first time we've seen Zeri in the mid lane.
So it's not a surprise in that we knew it was being played a ton.
Death to Smoochie, so underrated on Rotten Tomatoes. Papa, I know. I also put out Death to Smoochie as an option for our next 4-play arc for the movie for them to hate on, but Richard likes it, so we couldn't do that.
In mid.
Death to Smoochie is a fucking banger. Guys, Hook has like a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is Spielberg's worst reviewed movie, which is crazy.
Released, but in the LCK that didn't really catch on for us, and then she got nerfed and changed, and some of the like extendo beam and stuff was reworked a little bit, and then she was no longer released.
A surprise to you, Wolf. This is the first time we've seen Zeri in the mid lane.
So it's not a surprise in that we knew it was being played a ton in mid when she was released, but in the LCK that didn't really catch on for us, and then she got nerfed.
Keen just casually dominating this crocodile in topside. 10 CS up at 3 minutes.
Was no longer a viable mid champion. And I think most would say probably not really still.
Nice pathing from Canyon. We're just going here before even Crab spawns to make sure that they can't turn this around.
Visited the kitchen though, and that's what I kind of wanted in game number 1. At least we get it here in game 2, and hopefully it does work.
AI is rated higher than Hook. Okay, maybe AI isn't. Hold on. Let's look it up. AI is a much worse movie. Yes, AI has a 76%. How is that a good movie? AI has a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. Hook has 29%? What?
As Basil Hens still struggling to get any form of big control as Dudu in a whole host of trouble, as now Pace could also be in some. Does have to cleanse here as Andil getting taken down low, but Pace.
What's the rating of Speed Racer by the Wachowskis? I'll look it up. I never saw that one. 42%. The one from 2008? Yeah. I haven't seen it.
Just dead here as Lipa stands his ground and delivers.
Yeah, crazy that W actually connected with Pays and not Lahens. Lahens was trying to block for him.
I think Black Panther is good.
Bulldog should be fine here. Now,
I mean, it's not like amazing 10 out of 10, but it's like a 7 out of 10. It's one of the better Marvel movies.
Relatively immobile. They're very vulnerable. Kai'Sa, for example, was played mid by Faker, and that was becoming very popular when AP Kai'Sa was insanely strong for a while there.
Yep.
Aiming was, abusing that quite a bit. Zeri has a small little dash when she's not near walls. She could still kind of move away, as you saw there. Not a ton of mobility on the champion unless she's next to a wall. So can be very, very scary to play this, especially once Canyon hits level 6. But this is not a trade I think Dudu should have taken.
No. And even the little zaps of the electricity also kind of annoying him as Keen does press W. Cuz going to be discovered here, trying to make friends with the Raptors that will then just disappear as they make their way towards the mid lane. And I think this is Keen just, maybe he's got license to have a good time. And Jace is his way of expressing that by crushing lane. And that is precisely what's happening here.
Yeah, no, he's going to be in this isolated matchup.
The only non-Avengers Marvel movie that hold my interest in any way is Black Panther. Yeah, I think the first couple Iron Mans were good. The first Guardians of the Galaxy was good. The second one with Kurt Russell was fucking weird.
pressure down here.
And I like Kurt Russell, but like
they almost killed
that
Page,
whole
got his
plot arc
own,
with Kurt
still
Russell was
maintaining
like
CS
super
parity
strange
here in the
and
bottom lane, so
I didn't think very good.
good news for Gen G.
I mean, Winter Soldier is good.
The brunt of that damage. Chovy has not been able to, into a Zeri, you know, it can be quite tricky, get a ton of value.
Yeah, Winter Soldier is good.
And putting the same pressure on, obviously, that he would in the Hui matchup. Into Ezreal as well would have been a little bit tough because of the...
Yeah, I think it was the first two Iron Mans.
Chovy playing very safe.
I mean, Avengers 2 is trash, guys. Age of Ultron is it's really bad. The Doctor Strange was good. I haven't seen the second Doctor Strange movie, but the first one I enjoyed.
Playing very safe, playing very careful in this matchup right now. I think, you know, we'll see what happens as Bulldog gets level 6 here, if he can try to all in as Cuz.
Yeah, going to come on over. Not able to secure his Raptor camp. And in fact, they're just going to let Canyon live for now, not wanting to go for that 2v2, as of course, Chovy was right there. Now some grubs being looked at. Canyon just kind of going where he pleases at the moment in this game as Bulldog dashing forward. Chovy.
Like, I really like James Spader, but
surprise, surprise. Yeah,
damn, Ultron was shit.
As we know. 400 gold the lead here for Gen G, just purely from laning, and mainly from mid and top lane, as well as the jungle, as Canyon has been able to stream ahead just a little bit. But I think Quantum Freaks probably looking for more of these team fights, more of just trying to scale their way in as slice, dice, and, well, not actually a lot of dice, to be honest. For Dudu, they're towards the top side, as once again, the trade's not necessarily working out in his favor, and this not working out in Gen G's favor as well. So at least there's a pressure point on the map for the Quantum Freaks.
Yeah, now starting to take a big CS deficit here. Pays trying to catch up. Only 10 CS behind, but still quite significant. This is going to allow Quantum.
Do I like Ari Aster movies like Midsummer and Hereditary? I fucking love Ari Aster movies. Ari Aster might be like my favorite like new director. I love Hereditary. Dude, Toni Collette was robbed of an Oscar for Hereditary. I think Hereditary is an ultra banger.
As well. And up on the top side, you know, I mean, things are pretty disastrous, but if they can keep this pressure up bottom, and yeah, this is Corki doing Corki things. Bulldog now can't all in, can't trade back with his ult.
I love Midsummer too. I think they're both really good movies.
Keep that pressure on as the
oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Lehenza Pays possibly getting punished here as Lehenz has to flash. Does manage to get to the wall, but is Pays going to be okay? Meanwhile, we'll check.
I haven't seen Bo is Afraid yet. I have kids. I haven't had 3 hours to dedicate to that movie, but I'm looking forward to it. Love Joaquin Phoenix too.
Doing Corki things. Bulldog now can't all in, can't trade back with his ult. Yeah, will definitely die. You just got to keep that pressure on as the
oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Lehenza Pays possibly getting punished here as Lehenz has to flash. Does manage to get to the
All right, so he does flash it so he can get a hook angle. Nicely played. Oh my god, Dudu, I feel so bad for you. You are dead. You are very dead.
The shock blast and Canyon tanks the turret just
Longlegs out soon. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that. The reviews of Longlegs have been really good. I am very hyped for that movie. I'm not even a horror fan, but some of these movies I'm really excited about.
Unfortunately, he is not in this game. It is now a 5v4 game that Quantum Freaks are going to be playing, as he has no teleport. So there are a few moments here where you're like, does he live? Does he get out? Like he's able to get his dash right. The knockup is used, but doesn't actually knock him away from his turret. And then he barely lives here. But then the shock blast is good from Keen, and that's the end of that. Like for a moment, you're like, does he live? No, he does not. Keen doesn't miss those, and he's now at 37 CS. Back to the lane. He walked back.
It's crazy. He's doubling his CS already. Now he has first blood gold. This top lane is a disaster. Keenan didn't even have to spend flash. So the thing is, like, now in terms of gain state, how do you even stop this Jace? Like, usually what happens with Jace is you have to go top and then blow his flash, and you come back for another gank, and then you kill him, and you can get him behind. But right now, if you don't have flash on Renekton, you can never close the gap. So you can't get his flash, so you can't kill him, so it's over. New Alien film? Yeah, we'll be doing that one on Nerd Legion. Although Prometheus was bad, and this one isn't even directly by Ridley Scott. Although it's not like all the Ridley Scott. I mean, it's not like the last... it's not like Prometheus, which was directed by Ridley Scott, was good. So that one was terrible.
As now Canyon going to move on over as Cuz is making friends with the Forest, is going to try and move his way in, and now Canyon will start this one up, and it's not quite...
Yeah, it's basically impossible for them to play topside this game because Cuz could never get an angle. It's also weird. Has Cuz ever played an Ivern game before? I'm not even, my head's not even in the right place today, guys. Has Cuz literally ever played Ivern? Has he literally ever played Ivern before? I don't remember. You know, this is his first professional Ivern game. Ivern isn't played in LCK, guys. Cuz has never played Ivern in his whole fucking career. Ivern has never been a champion in LCK.
He's actually kind of thinking that he wants to take the red first, so he'll take the red first, and then he'll get out.
He knows that Cuz doesn't have smite because he would have just instantly smited once he had the cap on the camp, and he's like, oh, I can just stay here and actually take it. You don't have it. He has it now.
Am I the only one who thinks Alien 1 aged really badly? Yes, that movie is very good. What's wrong with you?
Man, Canyon is putting on a clinic of how to play against Ivern when you have lane pressure in both mid and top, because the Ivern just cannot actually secure his camps because he can try to cap, but those can be stolen away. Without smite, you can't deny the enemy jungler. As Cuz trying to make something happen with Daisy, but he's just out of options.
Is Zeri mid actually good? No, people are putting Zeri. They're putting Zeri mid because they don't want to play into Kai'Sa Nautilus with Zeri in the bot lane. That's what happened. Is they're like, oh, we better put Zeri. I thought it was Ez mid.
I mean, it's only one kill in favor of Gen G, but it's everything else that's sort of compiling on top, right? Like you've got compiling on top. That's not how that works. The piling part of compiling doesn't actually mean piling. Never mind. It's about 1.5k.
I'd rather watch Alien 3.
Despite the fact that there is only one kill.
That's a wild fucking opinion, man.
A lot of control for Quantum Freaks.
Yeah, if it was a lane lead compilation, it'd probably only include top and mid. I think.
Yeah.
Although that was weirdly that was a David Fincher movie. It was David Fincher's first movie. That movie does suck, but we got a great director out of it.
Bit of a negative one down there.
In fact, Jonah Strong, I think, is definitely agreeing with you.
I haven't seen Alien 3 in a long time though, so maybe I'd like it more these days.
Back, so if he dies here, at least
I didn't know there was an Alien 3. What has David Fincher made? Fight Club, Zodiac, The Social Network, Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I mean, he's done a fuck ton of really banger shit.
He's got that, right?
Yeah, true.
At least he's got that.
We get the little zoom in. There's the precast of the Dominus. The swap positions, that's kind of cute, but look at Canyon. He's tanking this one for about 15
7.
years.
Yeah, that's true.
The Flash Keen will pick up
David Fincher's mega.
Going to be absolutely fine. Takes another play.
Monty, you like Godfather 3? Fuck you. That's fake news. I do not like Godfather 3.
And that's a 2-0 Jace.
That's a 2-0 Jace. That's a Croc sitting on 50 CS. And it was so well played by Tudu as well, but I mean, without Flash, he had, if he had
They did
Flash,
have to double Flash to get it.
Yeah, they did have to double Flash. You know, he doesn't have Flash, there's nothing he can do there, but I think it's absolutely worth a double Flash for this play because of both the lead that Keen's going to pick up and also how irrelevant Renekton is going to be for the rest of this game, unfortunately, is TP here to contest. Quantum can't even get this. Max range hook is going to connect with the lead that Keen's going to pick up and also how irrelevant Renekton is going to be for the rest of this game.
They're so desperate to get their grubs here.
Quantum can't even get this.
Max range hook.
I mean, they can't fight this with a fucking Zeri mid. Why are we fighting this? Why are we fighting this? You know they recalled. You know they recalled. Your Ezreal is in bot lane. Your Braum isn't there. Why are you here? Lehens has crab. He can just walk at you and hook you and ult you, and then they're all there. What? Why is Guangdong just randomly inting this whole series?
Take some grubs there as well. They want the 5-stack to start getting these turrets down, and Jace will make short work of them. And Pays is now unlocked from the lane, feeling way better about the state of the game.
Yeah, Pays is like, I'm almost evil.
Oh, no. Don't do it to him. He doesn't deserve it.
No.
They can't kill him.
Man, maybe they went and watched Hook in the break. And they were like, no, crocodiles are evil.
That is a good call out. I like bringing it back to Hook. But you don't have to watch Hook. You could just watch normal Peter Pan because Captain Hook's always afraid of the crocodile because it ate his hand.
It's been a very rough day for Dudu thus far on this Renekton that they've been priority picking, right? Like this is not like I'm just going to try and cope with the pickup here. It's like Dudu is taking the short straw. He's the one that has to blind pick. And Keen, he had the Gangplank first. Now he's got the Jace, and neither of them look very good for the Renekton.
Yeah, okay, Cuz has Smite this time, so can get the steal on this camp. Small victory, but it's the Renekton that you're picking, feeling like you're going to get an edge in the matchup because it's you know, right now we've been seeing mostly tanks until the Skarner nerf, right? And you know, everyone had a different read on which top laners were going to be meta. We knew there were whispers of GP. Now it's actually being played. The Jace comes in here. It was surprise, surprise. This is another one that we're going to win with. And I mean, this is just salt on the wounds because Quandong Freaks are like, all right, well, maybe we can get these grubs, right? Like, we have Bulldog here. Maybe we actually get something on the map. No, you get nothing, actually. And Genji come over. I mean, they get one. That is it, unfortunately. And there's nothing that the Renekton can do to help out, unfortunately. There's nothing anyone can do to help. It's actually just a tragedy, Atlas.
It is absolutely a tragedy. And FaZe is now 600 gold ahead of Leaper as well, which is, I think, extraordinarily rude. Because Leaper has had a great laning phase. Like, him and Andal are doing really good things, but it's a team game. The rest of the map was on fire.
I like the movie Phantom Thread. Do you know it? We literally last night recorded an episode of 4Play on Phantom Thread for our Paul Thomas Anderson arc. So you can go to the Last Free Nation YouTube channel. It'll come out in a week or so.
FaZe picking up extraordinarily rude because Leaper has had a great laning phase. Like, him and Andal are doing really good things.
That's not very bangarang of them. I know, dude. The critic, it wasn't very bangarang of the critics to give Hook a 40%.
Solo local gold for first Turret Blood there on the top side of the map.
Massive.
Yep, that is definitely going to help alleviate any troubles that they might have had.
It's just, there's just no good news, unfortunately. Maybe a second dragon? I think Canyon's got other ideas.
Well, let's see what they can find. Cuz not able to land the snare as, okay, Chovy possibly in trouble, or possibly just going to kill two people now as Canyon, Winter's Bite is stacked up, is going to be able to throw out the Glacial Prison, secures the Drake there as well. Some knockups coming in, but oh my goodness, they're in a blender. They managed to take down the Nautilus, though, as now FaZe has been separated, and Quandong Freaks...
I mean, they still lose the tier 2 solo gold to Jace, and they lost the Drake at the same time. So they're actually just getting outplayed on both sides of the map simultaneously. Very cool. Although Genji is very cocky here. They like try and take this in their face when they have no TP on Keen, and Renekton is MIA. Nice sidestep by FaZe though.
Oh, Keen wasn't there.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
We're gonna start using bangarang as an adjective now. That wasn't very bangarang of them.
Still got the dragon, you know,
We need a Rufio soundbite.
They got the dragon. They got Lehen's got a huge set of knockups with his ult.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
That's true. And then he died.
Yeah, he was like, you know, sometimes when you're knowledge, you're thinking, oh man, they're all on top of each other. My ult's gonna be so big.
Bangarang Rufio.
And Quandong Freaks are still 4,500 gold behind.
We got it. I love Hook.
or they got Lehen's here.
They did.
They put all the damage onto Canyon, and Braum ulted him. And so this actually is still pretty close.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have fought Thorin and Richard about Hook being actually good.
If Chovy is actually on top, if Keen is there, and that knockup happens, so the knockups happens for Lehen's, then it is not even close. But at the end of the day, at least they get one back. One on the board for Bulldog Zeri. We're not going to certify it, though, as this game state is still pretty rough for Quandong Freaks.
Yeah. And right now, in this lane right here, Chovy has double the farm of what Dudu has. And that's why you can see Dudu taking about 1 trillion damage. This Corki is Bulldog over the wall.
All right, that doesn't sound good.
It's a very long lane.
That's Dennis Hoffman. That's Hook.
They may
Doa showed up in my Starbucks.
out of this Corki is Bulldog. He's going to be able to skate over the wall. He should be absolutely fine. It's a very long lane.
I do think there's a 4Play arc of like rotten movies that are actually good that we could do with like Starship Troopers and Death to Smoochie and Hook.
There is FaZe looking for that backline. It's now Canyon. How did he manage to find that? Is Cuz just going to be sniped off the back end, but is going to survive.
All right, now we're just getting too cocky.
Out of this Corki is Bulldog. He's going to be able to skate over the wall. He should be absolutely fine. It's a very long lane. Now Lehen's sidestepping a Winter's Bite. King comes down, and there may need to be a door. There is. FaZe looking for that backline. Now Canyon, how did he manage?
Canyon literally just gets caught out by himself. I mean, look at this. He goes around the back of the pit and just gets his entire life bar crushed by Zeri. I mean, sure, he hits the Ivern, but Ondel actually blocks everything, and he's just dealing with the 2v1 where he's just running at them for the entire time, and they actually can't kill Cuz in the end. Very silly fight from Gen.G. 13th Warrior will be great. I feel like there is less to hate on than Hook, though, in some ways. I mean, it's not a good... I mean, I love 13th Warrior, but it's not great.
Massive gold lead here for Gen.G. Don't get me wrong, but this was a big error on the side of Gen.G. Is Cuz just ends up being the taunt button on this one.
All right, well, Dudu is going to try and... I think he was trying to clear out the wave. Oh, my... If that rocket landed, he was just dead. And the turret is definitely dead.
Yeah, Dudu really just wants to play the game, but he's playing the game about as much as my cousin I gave the controller to, and the controller wasn't plugged in.
No, this is like you were in a game already, and you'd done everything wrong, and then your cousin picks up the controller.
Check Discord for pick of Doa. That sounds so ominous.
It's all just a bit doomed.
Yeah. Well, it's a great glacial prison.
Oh, it does look exactly like Doa though. That's crazy.
Flashes, and they're just hard pushing on them because they want that kill, and they will not get it. Canyon pays for it with his life. So does Keen. The shutdown goes over the Ezreal. So double 80 carry with Ivern. If they can get some modicum of map control back somehow,
You're doing a movie analysis of my final film at Korea University. Oh, cool, Oak Tree. Well, we have a podcast coming up next week about Phantom Thread.
It's not the most relevant soul for really either of these compositions, but if they can leapfrog bushes forward and these 80 carries, there's no vision for them. That's going to be a lot of money Gen.G have to spend on control wards to fight through that. Maybe there's a world, maybe there's a way they come back. The problem is the Renekton is so irrelevant, even with the kills going over. Like Bulldog picks up his second, it's a shutdown on the Leaper.
Yeah.
It just feels like there's no front line here, and there's never gonna be. The front line is because of shields. That's actually the front line. Is hopefully his shields are enough.
Andel's shield. Happy with the mountain solo, just with the fact
Kwangdong is like kind of getting back into this just because Gen.G is throwing.
If you do stack enough of them,
they are playing rather. They are happy gaming right now, guys. Like that was a really silly play.
Brambles surfing, man.
Yeah, that's I mean,
around the top side. It was silly to try and take drag while pushing tier 2, but they managed to get away with it.
Chovy does a lot of damage, but there's 4 members of Kwangdong Freaks in this area. Flank angle here from Lehens, and even though
it doesn't really matter though, because Keen is so far ahead at this point in time, and Rekton is totally useless.
Canyon is lurking.
Wanted to see whether they were going to go for a little bit more of a push. Not going to actually happen there. Canyon going to elect to choose this time to reset.
One of the advantages of having the Zeri mid, similar to when we saw Zeus play at top at EWC, is that you have the ability to side lane with a champion that has Shiv and can clear those very quickly, and you're not really putting that much hard pressure on a turret, but if you do get to it, she does take turrets out very quickly, and you know, the fact that Zeri can kind of TP into fights and stuff like that is a really big boon. So differently than bot 80 carry, at least it's going to have some extra side lane pressure there. The Ezreal has True Shot Barrage, so can kind of manage those waves in mid pretty well too. So Kwangdong Freaks can try to wrestle back some of that prio. They did TP Bulldog back to the bottom lane here, but just no prio, unfortunately, and the brush is defensively to kite away Dragon, and they have to walk towards him. It's not a great look, but what they can do is at least Dudu might pick up some money here.
Yep, does manage to get this out of turret. No one's going to having a pretty good time. Going to continue trying to tame the jungle here, and there we go. Canyon is going to give up. Does make his way out. Chovy here on the bottom side of the map, just doing some Chovy things. Hasn't quite got to the inner turret just yet, like Keen was able to do on the top side. And it's still about a 3,000 gold lead. So over the last 7 minutes or something like that, 8 minutes, it has been about the same as far as those that gold advantage is concerned. That is very positive for Kwangdong Freaks.
No, it's definitely, they've definitely stemmed the bleeding quite significantly. And I mean, if Gen.G make another mistake, because we've seen some overzealous calls from them in this game.
I've seen Moon, yes.
Part of why Kwangdong Freaks are still in this. Then there's a wave back in, and they do have this Ezreal Zeri, lots of damage output, great scaling. So I don't know about that one, I guess checking the Herald, but they do have a lot of great scaling. It's just surviving the next 5 to 8 minutes without a big blunder, and that's easier said than done. Canyon.
Okay, there's the Glacier Prison. Once again, they're going to go for it as the door is up and the door is down.
Look what happens if you're actually there with your super fed Jace.
Underneath the turret, but they now don't have their Braum. They've got Daisy. She's going to be able to try and push them away. Dudu with teleport up and available is electing instead to get some farm, and I don't blame him.
I saw the new Gladiator 2 trailer. I must say, I love Denzel. I mean, Denzel is one of the best living actors. Why is he using a Bronx accent? I don't know, man. Why did they cast him as Hannibal?
He needs as much as he can find. As Keen will move down towards that bottom side just to catch the wave that was heading towards him. Shock Blast going to help him up there, help him out there, as you can see.
Yeah. Dudu, get that crook.
Denzel just on his like ancient world arc right now.
42. Beautiful. Looks like one baby crook got out actually, but you know that's the Renekton who is 60 CS behind 0-2 experience, where you're like, I can't hit a turret, but I will do Krugs. You know, I'll do anything I can. I'll get any money I can find. He's like checking the vending machines to see if anyone left change behind level of 4.
Yeah,
but. I mean, this is just a fantastic ult from Canyon here. Even though his initial target is Cuz, they could actually pivot so easily. Redemption gets dropped instantly, but not much you could do after that. And
I love the original Gladiator.
Can be really, Ivern can be quite strong at stopping these heavy pushes.
I don't care, man. I'll watch the new Gladiator no matter what, just for the ancient Rome visuals.
But also, I feel like Ivan is so good at standing in the neutral, right, and then like trying to like take ground and doing things more slowly and steadily. I feel like with this. All
right, can we please just do Baron now?
They don't have very much range. The fact that you're into so much poke sort of takes away from some of the danger. In fact, the reason Genji lost so incredibly hard and completely to the Ivern last time around is that they were outranged at the same time as having to deal with an Ivern.
And in that game too,
Ridley's not had a great track record lately. Ridley hasn't had a great track record for a long time.
But then they lost control of the map one time, and then the Ivern was just too oppressive to deal with, and they played it so safe and so slow, and Tian was just constantly leapfrogging.
I thought Napoleon was all right. I thought it was all right.
Position to do that because of the range problem here you mentioned.
I actually haven't seen The Last Duel yet, but I heard Last Duel is actually a banger. I heard Last Duel is legit a banger. Prometheus sucked. The Counselor is great. The Martian is great. Actually, I take it back. He's had a bunch of good movies in the last like 10 years. The Counselor is fucking awesome, dude. The Counselor is such an underrated movie. I'm a giant Cormac McCarthy stan, though. So I've heard The Last Duel is very good. But The Martian was really good. Napoleon was pretty good.
You can't just
I like Prometheus. Dude, Prometheus is trash.
Okay, we'll put one bush down, and then one more bush, and then, okay, we're working our way to the dragon. It's just too slow, and they're too far behind. But, you know, again, one mistake from Genji, and they get full map control of it. Like,
are you going to have the dreaded MCU arc on 4Play in the future? I think that's unlikely. We might do a superhero arc. But just MCU would probably be a little rough. Because, like, my favorite superhero films are not Marvel films. It's like, my favorite superhero movie is X-Men Days of Future Past, which is Marvel characters, but not MCU.
You're dealing with the poke from this Kaisa, which is about to have the Nashers too, so it's going to be...
I feel like if we'd pick a Christopher Nolan Batman, right? We'd pick a Christopher Nolan Batman movie. We'd pick one of the good X-Men movies. We'd probably pick like one of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. We could pick Logan. That's true. But I feel like those would be the superhero movies we would pick. Actually, you know what we might pick is Superman 1 or Superman 2. Superman 2 is low-key actually good. The original one. The Christopher Reeve one. Thorin loves those movies, so I feel like we'd pick one of those.
It's just, it's hard to see the world where Kwangdong Freaks slowly claw their way back into this.
It's going to take a whole lot of...
Blade 1. Blade 1 is a banger.
This team, as Bulldog...
I saw that again recently.
He smells that there's something in the water. Understandably, it is in fact Bristle. As Keen lands a Shock Blast, and Bulldog is going to back away, so not going to be overextending or anything like that here. 15 seconds, and then it is going to be second Mountain Drake time. Soul Point available for Genji as well. And as you can see, Chody,
yeah, Blade 1 is a banger, actually.
Playing bouncer here, trying to get rid of them, and Keen Oh man, just needs one more W, and then he is going to be through that turret if he's given some free time. Now just going to slink away into the river.
Dudu has TP, but there's not a great flank ward for him. Breaking through this is going to take a lot of bush leapfrogging.
It's going to be a hard commit into the river.
Dudu has TP, but there's not a great flank
I do like
ward
that
for him.
Kwangdong is trying to use the Ivern like poke bush leapfrog strat that Top used to beat Genji and to come back in that game. But the difference is, in this iteration, Genji actually just can blind poke brushes with rockets and Jace Q. So it's a lot less effective.
Canyon is not the engaged target. Daisy goes down. Chovy going to take that 50 gold and feel very happy about it. As Shock Blast continuing to land. It's another flank angle here as Chovy sees more red dots in the mid lane. And he'll take those down as there's the Glacial Prison. They're on that flank angle once again. It's the Braum. He puts up the door. It's a little bit more value this time around. And now Dudu found the front line, but so did Keen. Just takes down the Ezreal. Undil's going to fall to the skies, says the door. It's another flank angle here as Chovy sees more red dots in the mid lane.
Look at this poke that comes in. Look at this engage, actually, with the poke. You know, they wait until the Unbreakable goes down, and then they're able... I mean, Dudu re-engages here, and they get the kill, but the back line is completely zoned out by Chovy. Man, Dudu is just so useless in this game.
And Genji, they're going to push them under this outer turret, and that's another team fight win for them on top of the Drake.
On top of the Dragon. And it was clearly a split call from Kwangdong Freaks. They teleported in to watch the Dragon go, and then just kind of hung around.
Top of the hill's going to again. It's the Braum. He puts
Keen had a very good series. He's just literally standing there going to hammer form, flashing on. He flashes on top of Leaper. He's the absolute terror. Look at Keen in this fight. Literally hits him with accelerated Q. Hammer form smashes him, forces the E over the wall, right? And then he just flashes on top of him, knocks him back, autos him, and Leaper doesn't even have time to flash. Keen played that super well.
And Genji, they're going to push them under this outer turret, and that's another team fight win for them on top of the Drake.
On top of the Dragon. And it was clearly a split call from Kwangdong Freaks. They teleported in to watch the Dragon go, and then just kind of hung around.
What do you think, HLE or T1 today? I have no idea. It's interesting to see.
He's looking for another one.
He is a ball possessed. His cuz is very dead. The Killer Instinct set up beautifully, and Pays is going to knock him down. Speaking of things getting knocked down, Chovy dealing with the inner turret here in mid lane, and we are cruising towards about a 7,000 gold lead and the Baron pit at the same time.
It's done. Yeah, it's done, Atlas. You know, that was
that time you were referring to, I think.
Yeah.
HLE T1 and TSBLG in the cooker today. I think you watch those on Sunday. Yeah, I will.
Can it pierce the heavens? No, it can pierce the Baron, and it will help them take it down.
Play with it? No, you guys. Otherwise, like,
yeah,
just couldn't get past him, and
oh, Derek, here's the skate in. Supercharger there from Pays. Can he actually survive? Flashes over the wall is now Keen. Looks to try and get himself out. Lahen's trying to help.
Oh, they finally killed Keen.
And that is one Baron down. Kwangdong Freaks able to do that. They might also be able to take this outer turret as well. As the hook is gold. Yeah, absolutely. The inner turret.
Corky's still pushing the turrets.
Even more bounty gold.
Corky no TP though.
Over the wall goes Canyon. Okay, maybe this is a bridge too far. As the hook is
wait for Unbreakable. All right, Corky's still topside actually. He doesn't actually opt into his recall. Decides to push it forward because they know they can't actually take this turret.
Okay, inner turret, that's not going to work, but they could take the little pick onto Keen, turn it into the outer turret. That's okay. Ignore the bottom lane. Ignore that.
Chovy didn't have teleport, so he was like, "Sorry guys, you're on your own. I'm winning the game over here." That's an inhib turret down.
Well, now he's on a
Chovy on the Corky flanks this whole game, dude. Oh my god.
The door cannot go multiple directions as Chovy, he's going to get himself out of there. True Shot Barrage does land on top of him as Bulldog's doing his very best.
What?
Okay, Canyon looking for an
wow.
here as
The base has been on fire this year. Like legit. Especially this split, man. This looks so good.
Bulldog's doing his very best. Killer Instinct into the back line.
Wow.
Leap is going to be sniped by Pays, and he's able to take both of them. Canyon to the red.
Wow, look at his spacing on the Renekton too.
Supercharges there to avoid Dudu, who is a very big crocodile, and he's not even able to take down the Hens. Cuz wanted it as well, and he gets the on top of.
Let's look at that in slow motion, actually. That's pretty baller.
Doing his very best. Killer
So, pops the passive with Kaisa Q.
client. Leap is gonna
What does he cleanse?
very best killer instinct.
Oh, he cleanses the Ivern. Cleanses the Ivern root.
Backline. Leap is gonna be sniped.
Dodges that Q.
by
He eats most of the Qs, though.
Able to take both of them. Canyon to the rescue. On top of that, as Superchargers there to avoid Dudu, who is a very big crocodile, and he's not even able to take down the Hens. Cuz wanted it as well, and he gets the thumbs up. Pay's now just going to take down this inhibitor turret, and I think this game is over, Wolf.
I think this game was over moments ago, but you know it's going to be. The Nexus is now going.
Feel the
Great play by
desperation
Pace, though. That was very
in
exciting.
these moments. They know that this game is a far cry from in a good place, and the Nexus is now getting taken down. The one ult that Canyon misses is because his target dies before it can connect. And Genji looking pretty good as they come back to the LCK.
They certainly do.
LPL has just stopped getting updated. So need to hunt this down real quick. Hold on. Music. Okay, I'm just gonna skip Ultra Prime versus Rare Shitters.
Game 3, but also it was you that had the button all along?
All right, guys. Take a quick break. Go to the bathroom. I'll be back. All right, back to LPL, where I get no viewers. The dream. The dream.
I was pressing it. It was not working, Trouble. I'm sorry. I don't know. We need to call somebody, get my button fixed. Matchup once both these teams know each other very well. We immediately get the Sejuani. So Aki will be on that facilitation we talked about already.
What patch are we on in LPL this week? I actually don't know. Probably 14, 13, but we're just going to double check. Yeah, okay, we are.
And we see a lot of prio bans being taken away, so maybe some of those picks slipping through here.
Marcel, no! They did this versus LNG! They did this versus LNG.
What's with this Renekton prio on this patch? This is fucking crazy.
Did not go locking in straight up as Sejuani for facilitation, but now you need to have answers.
So we're taking Brand early on for Croc. I mean, Brand Renekton is a strong lane because you can set up the Brand stun. So it could go very well topside for them. But I mean, Camille Sejuani would also be quite strong. That would also be quite strong. I was going to go for the ranged matchup into Renekton and try and bully him that way. Corki gets picked. Photic does suck though, guys.
We'll see what the final ban is here for anyone's legend.
I'm expecting to see NIP if he doesn't get banned out.
So you're taking out Callista and Senna. Why would you ban Nautilus in this situation? Don't you want the Nautilus? Wait, MF?
Love to see it. A little bit of flexibility in anyone's legend. We talked about what Tabe brings to the
support
draft.
MF. All right, we're back. What year is it?
Who I really wanted to see flex their muscles in the draft, but it's anyone's legend who have brought their own cooking style.
I'm pretty sure we've seen Zeri mid. I just cannot. I'm trying to dig in my.
Oh, is this Zeri mid? Are we back to that nonsense? Is this like the new matchup, Zeri into Corki?
Draft looks
I don't know. It just feels really bad. So I guess we are going MF bot side to try and bully out
but also just that
the Ezreal.
for the double marksman comp. Now, the only problem is they don't have much of a front line. There is
what is this draft from AL? Like, this can't be real, guys. You can't even clean up fights with Zeri with this draft. Like, Renekton, I don't know what the fuck's going on with this. Renekton is not a traditional frontliner. So like, you can't front to back 5 versus 5 with Renekton and Rakan and hope to get Zeri resets. Like, what? I don't know, man. So I think Zeri just loses mid to Corki too. So I guess you lose your Renekton lane in theory to Kennen, right? Rakan and MF and Brand ults. I guess like you just CC them with Rakan if Guile has a very good game, and then you hit them with Brand and MF ults, and you're just what, AoE wombo them? You're still gated by ult cooldowns.
Really good team fight setup for NIP on the other side.
Yeah, you've got the Sejuani, which is pretty much your only go forward button. It's going to be set up.
But yeah, Kennen could absolutely, if Kennen gets into the backline, the thing is like, it feels super risky because if Kennen gets into the backline, which he absolutely should be able to, against Brand MF, if he hits Brand MF and he just stun locks them,
I feel like he's going to have to find his own flanks.
Yikes, man.
To try and get into these team fights. I do like what NI or get kill going on if they yell.
Composition is so ridiculously strong. Round.
I like vastly prefer NIP's draft, but who knows? This is a wacky comp. Maybe I'll see something that'll change my mind.
Anyone's Legend fans represent in Shenzhen, a home arena of NIP. Love to hear both crowds getting a little bit hyped now as well. As we get to it, I want to see. Oh, we got a little bit of spice. That's an early flash. A little bit hype now as well.
So we just, they know Braum is in here, by the way. They know Braum is here because they have a ward. that they sweep out. And then what? Shanks just walks next to the possible Braum bush?
Home arena of NIP.
Yeah, they literally just circle around and go back into that same brush again.
As we get to it, I want to see. Oh, we got a little bit of spice.
Shanks is trolling.
Early flash from Shanks. Also, we're still
Literally sees them clear the ward and then walks right back into the brush.
Jungle this entire time.
However, he does have no support from his team. So he's just gonna try to spy where Croco starts. Croco most likely starts at Birds anyway, because he's playing Brand. And Aki might look. he's already popping up the...
They can invade this because it's level 1 Zeri in the mid lane is a deeply unserious champion.
See it. The Poro's waiting like an aggressive predator in the bush. I've never seen a predator that big and cute and fluffy, but it's terrifying. Okay, he knows that he wants to start these. He's going to sneak around. Oh my god, he doesn't know he's there. Oh my god,
he's going to smite it.
Can you not feel the breath on your neck right now, Croco? There's a giant Poro in there. He's going to take it away from him.
Oh, gross, dude. Oh god, it's so gross.
How can you not feel the breath on your neck right now, Croco?
Because here's the thing.
There's a giant Poro.
You don't actually get level 2 off of just taking Raptor. So he also has to get the small chickens, guys. He gets it with Q. He has Q at level 1. And I mean,
away from him as well and steal all the little chicky nuggies.
He plays that really well, to be fair. He has Q at level 1. And he let Brand AoE them and then took them with Q. I mean, he plays it super well, right? But it is troll.
Very strong early start there for Aki. And a very positive presence with some vertical jump.
Zeri mid in early level seems really strong, guys. Definitely not super vulnerable to invades.
As I'm seeing Aki on HCS, I'm known so far, has given Rookie the tools he needs to be dominant in the mid lane, and we said how important it is for Rookie to get ahead for NIP. He is the biggest moving gear for the team. He is the oil to the machine, and no flash onto Shanks. Croco being pushed out of his jungle gives Rookie a lot of pressure on that mid lane.
All right, let's take a look back at the jungle setup, though. Croco realizes there might be something going on as they had vision on the transition of Aki, where Aki didn't want to go for the vertical jungling. He immediately cut across the mid lane with the priority of Rookie.
I feel like AL are actually limit testing with this one. This comp, I think, is silly.
Try to clear these Krugs and finish off this.
Like, the thing is, the Wombo combo will work, but like picking it into the Kennen feels super bad.
Farming jungler, every time you show up on the wave or every time you're not clearing jungle.
And this area mid, I think, is just... why are we picking this into Corki? It's so weird to me. What am I missing, guys? What am I missing?
But knowing that Aki is going to be sprinting through mid lane with the priority that you mentioned also, Mazel, it's extremely dangerous for Croco to do that, especially since his HP bar is not the healthiest. They might meet in the river, but I feel like Rookie has the first dip.
Croco's like, Aki, chill, bro. You're all over me. Like, he's literally taking the top side. He denies the vertical jungler. He comes back across the lane to get the scuttle crab. This man is trying to just body block Croco for being relevant in this game.
Take that Poro away from me, bro. I'm allergic. All right, back to business here. As you can see, Croco is still trying to sneak in. And Aki, oh my god, Aki's got his number. Aki knows exactly what's happening on the map. He was waiting in the brush. We're still trying to sneak in. And Aki, oh my god, Aki's got his number. Aki knows exactly what's happening on the map. He was waiting in the brush.
Aki's pathing is just destroying Croco.
Because Croco's camp just about spawned, and Aki had the timer. Because unfortunately for Croco, Aki was the one that ended up taking that camp. So he knew exactly when it was going to be respawning. Excellent stuff coming out of the NIP jungler, who again has had a pretty rough start of the split.
Looking pretty strong now on the Sejuani. Looking at top side now. Maybe he had a dive potentially onto Ala. We did complete his back, and we'll get the TP off. So just a little bit of presence up towards top side. But
he's pinging the creeps in the jungle. He wants more.
But the thing is, they can do this because they have such heavy priority in top and mid. And coming into this series, I said I wanted to see some more growth and strength from their solo lanes here, and they're doing exactly that.
Absolutely. NIP are looking pretty crisp in the early game. Shank's gonna dash forward, take a little bit of hurt. There's a huge wave crashing underneath his tower, so he needs to pull back to make sure he hits all that CS, which gives Rookie not only the early level 6, but he gives him the early back.
Sorches for Shanji in the top side.
First one to get out. Croco! A round of applause.
He's catching up.
A round of applause. He does get the scuttle crowd on that.
I can't unsee
Caught up.
anyone's Legends logo since Thorin mentioned it to me on SI, by the way, guys. Like, it does look at this. It does look like a panda's head is in a wok, right? So here's the wok, and then here's the handle, and like the woklet is like pushing the panda's head down into the wok. It looks like they're cooking a decapitated panda. It's so bad.
Look at that. Brand things. Brand clears so ridiculously fast. And it just means that all that early game shenanigans against have didn't lead to that too much more, I guess. But we'll see if that does end up meaning anything. We do have objectives on the map. Brand typically wanted to go for the grubs on the first spawn, but we do have them at least getting a back for Croco. And present from Aki on the bot side. We'll get the slicing Maelstrom combo at the top.
A little bit of a trade-off ultimates right there for the two top laners. Sanji gets to clear the wave, poke down Ale. Both of the top
It's
laners
so
are
hard to
reset.
unsee.
I want
It's so
eyes
hard to
on mid lane
unsee.
for right now, because that reset, that early reset, as Sanji is going to cancel another one from Ale. The early reset from Rookie has given him double priority on both of these waves that just went down mid lane right now, which means he's gonna push that wave, knowing that Aki is starting the dragon. He's gonna be first in the river. He's not hovering it yet. Now he's gonna start moving, knowing that Croco's around.
They have the 2v2 from bot side though. First, Aki needing to move up or down, trying to figure out which one he wants to go for. Does end up going over the wall to safety. Anyone's
Whatever, Aki, just go get just go get yourself some fucking
I'm not gonna lie, I
some
expected
fucking
Rookie
grubbies
to move
instead.
a little bit faster right there, especially since he had already pushed his wave. He was
Do you like
hovering around
Korean corn
mid
or
lane a little bit too much,
American
and I
corn
think it was a
more?
pretty good idea.
What?
Try and sneak in that
Oh,
dragon.
Koreans just eat canned
that
corn.
mid-lane control.
What kind of question is that? America has the best corn in the world.
However,
We grow way
KL
too much corn. We subsidize
get there
corn.
first, which means they have
American
the
corn
numbers
is goated.
advantage, and it's going to be
Do we
a
grow
lot
too much corn?
for
Hell
AL.
yeah, we
This is
do.
exactly
Do we
how
turn it
AL
into
finds their advantage
disgusting
on the map,
high
right?
fructose corn
You
syrup?
start a
Of
play
course
and
we
you're
do.
expecting that
But you
once
can't
a
beat us
member
on the
of
fresh
map is going
corn.
to collapse, but AL have so many avenues, whether it's mid, bot, top, that will have priority somewhere and push. And for them, it is going to be that bot lane with the misfortunate Rakan.
Gonna move towards mid lane. Shank's gonna hit the lightning crash, gets the concussive blows onto him, but they can't.
Plus,
follow
corn
up
is
after
an
the
American
flash
crop.
in the
It's
end.
from the Americas,
There we go,
guys.
another flash burn for Shanks. I
Maybe
feel like
Mexico is better.
whenever
Oh,
they have
Mexico
been playing that
definitely is
flash
better
on
corn. That's
cooldown,
true.
Whenever it reappears, they end up taking it down, and it's actually very scary for Zeri to overextend to this mid lane. Ooh.
So close. Good reaction time from Shanks though.
A little bit of help by KL onto that mid lane. Try and burn down that wave as fast as possible so that Shanks can go back and reset. However, Rookie is going to stay for one more wave. He knows there is no teleport onto Shanks. He's going to hide behind that wall. He sees that Shanks is not appearing, so he's going to push yet another one. Rookie with a great strat right here, trying to take as much control of the mid lane as possible, making
The
Shanks
level
lose
1
so much
invade
game.
even do something? Well, it didn't now.
Croco taking time to
He's managed to actually catch
take
back up.
advantage of the vacuum.
in terms of farm.
Taking the grubs there. Shanji gonna burn that wave. Croco's tanking.
Actually, like a legit good dive against the cannon.
Take advantage of the vacuum Aki left after taking the grubs there.
Because he gets the double stun off, but Croco is the one tanking the turret, so he's able just to stand there and get some damage down. He also changed the stun nicely. Shanji should have flashed, though.
Take advantage of the vacuum Aki left after taking the grubs there. Shanji gonna
I think you have to flash when you see Ale flash.
that wave. Croco's tanking, can't take too much more, and Ala will easily clean that one up.
Very nice utilization of the Renekton ultimate right there. Shanji tries to burn the wave, but it's not good enough. There's a lot of damage coming in from Croco.
He could have flashed backwards after he got the double stun. I think he just didn't think he was going to die.
Very great dive from A to burn the wave.
Croco's tank taking time to.
But it is well played by AL, right?
Vacuum Aki is left after taking the grubs
Like, he absolutely is. He can assume the flash W is coming from Renekton, so he can flash to the other side of the turret. And he probably lives if that's the case.
Sanji gonna burn that wave. Kroko's
Because
taken,
Brand,
can't take too much
if
more.
that happens,
Allah
Brand
will
can't get
easily
the
clean
stun
that
without
up.
flashing in
Very
himself.
nice utilization of the Renekton ultimate right there. Shanji tries to burn the wave, but it's not good enough. There's a lot of
Brand didn't even try and tank it. He autoed and walked out tower. Well, it worked out really well.
Of the vacuum
That's true, though. You're right.
taking the-
He autoed, walked out of tower. The red burn, there you're right. The red burn actually procced it, so he had to go out. It works out really well.
Allah will easily clean that one up.
very nice utilization of the Renekton ultimate right there. Shanji
But
tries
I think
to
you
burn
do
the
have to
wave,
flash if
but
you're
it's
Shanji.
not good enough. There's a lot of damage coming in from Kroko. Ale is pretty beefy with the ultimate.
Good eye,
Uses
Asvi
to try and tank the tower.
0396.
Very great dive from AL. And again, they will always be able to find avenues to punish you on the map. And only do they take the dragon away, but then they transition Kroko to the top side of the map and take a kill onto the Renekton. Very important because you want your Renekton to be a bully early game. So dumping kills onto that Crocodile is the best.
I'm just laughing because Lee June 23, you're doing a great job of speaking English, but like, it's kind of funny. I enjoyed watching your cooking video today. I recently won home lottery in Korea. I don't know what the home lottery, it like you got the apartment because you got so basically guys in Korea, you can sign up when a new building is built, like a new apartment building, and they do a lottery to see who gets to purchase the apartments. And they're often at very big discounts. So congrats, man. That's super cool. Finally have a 2 gas stove so I can cook more. I will try to make your taco. Great. I don't know what you mean by make your taco. Like the carnitas, like the pork dish? Is it okay to cook tomato not in square pan? My friend, so he's asking because it's a real question, guys. It's just like only I would know this. But the square pan is it is a cast iron grill pan. So that's why he's asking. Yes, you can cook the tomatoes not in the square pan. But you might want to get it in cast iron because if I make it, so he's talking about some fire roasted salsa that I made. So some fire roasted salsa. So I will say though that you probably want some kind of cast iron pan because the point of what you're doing is that you want to char the tomato. So you want to char means to make it black, like to burn it a little bit. So you get that like fire roasted taste. So no, you don't have to, but you probably want to use not a non-stick pan, but some kind of cast iron pan. So I'm just laughing because the way you asked it, I understand what you're saying. You did a good job of like making it understandable, but it is kind of funny.
And he didn't have TP to come back, so he loses the wave and also that turret played in the end. I do want to talk a little bit about the entrances possible for
or throw it on a fire. Yeah, but look, you could grill it outside. Obviously, the ideal way to do it is just to put it on your barbecue.
for both these two teams, though, because it
But
does feel like
we live in
NIP
apartments,
have
so
a
that's not
much
doable.
stronger
Could use a broiler in an oven pan. That's true, Funky Pharaoh, but he doesn't. He's Korean. He doesn't have a broiler. I don't have a
kind
broiler.
of consistent.
We don't have real ovens.
team fighting aspects once we get a couple items in them, where there's a lot more.
Like I have a
damage
small
outside of anyone's lesson,
oven
but a little
that
bit of
has no
double-edged
broiler.
So here's
Anyway, good luck,
how I feel
Lee
about
June
Miss
23,
Fortune and Zeri.
and
I feel like
Godspeed.
they both need space
Hand
created
torches?
for them
You could do
to
that.
win the team fight for
It
them
would
to
just be
start
very
with.
annoying because you'd have to do it for a long time with a lot of
The big
tomatoes.
combo
The easy way to do it is just to use a cast iron
Zeri
grill
with the
pan.
big front
We don't
end
have to
start
find
with
another
Valdo's
solution. We
ultimate
have the
down being
solution.
threatened. And the thing with AL is that they have very self-sufficient champions that want to flank. So Ale on the Crocodile is looking for a flank. AL is probably looking for a flank on the Rakan. Talking about a flank, Croco's topside.
You bought an oven from online? Oh, cool. So if you have a broiler, you could put them on a baking, like a metal tray, and put it underneath the broiler if you have one. I don't have a broiler. You're lucky if you do.
They have very self-sufficient.
Tweet me the results,
champions that
man.
want to flank. So Ale on the
So Legion, one thing, here's something, Legion. One thing that my in-laws actually told me I should do is to get my cooking videos translated into Korean for Korean subtitles, because I'm in Korea. So that means I could only use tools and ingredients that are available to Korean people. And lots of Koreans know who I am. So they think actually that my cooking videos would do very well with Koreans. Which, Legion, I've had actually a couple Korean people on YouTube and on Twitch now mention my cooking videos. So because I'm buying all the ingredients off of like Coupang, right? Or I'm finding them in stores, then I think, you know, for Koreans who want to learn how to make foreigner food with ingredient like 외국인 음식 with ingredients that you can get in Korea, I think it might be a good idea.
The Crocodile is looking for a flank. AL,
So I might try that out.
Talking about a flank, Crocodile's topside.
Gonna have to burn the flash. That was gonna be revisited, no doubt. I mean, that flash off the cannon is actually really huge. They do catch Croco out though. Really huge amount of damage by Aki. That convergence does work. Here comes Dwo to follow up. Won't hit the Winter's Bite on the back end.
This is not quite enough damage. Another one. Not going to be enough. Photic, 0 out of 2 so far. He's tried to snipe 2 members of AL.
These days, Koreans love YouTube Shorts. So if you can make condensed YouTube Shorts with important parts, yes. So what I will do is, the idea of the cooking streams, guys, is that I do the cooking stream live with interaction. Then it gets edited down into like a shorter YouTube video with just the recipe. And then that gets edited down into like one of those TikTok or YouTube short recipes.
Hasn't quite been successful yet to find those. But yeah, I feel like for AL, there's a lot of members that want to go in and want to fight and they want to find flanks. That the only thing I'm worried about is a lot of the other carries being left behind while members of AL are looking for a flank. Shanji has to burn his ult here.
Marco's like waiting over here. He's like, do I need to come over there and get the kill? Or what are we doing here? As the fight continues, Aki will show, so that means Croco will walk over as well. We're brewing for a 2v2. No ults available on either side.
30 seconds though for the void grabs, and the bot lane of AL has already turned up.
And I will be adding graphics, guys. I have a whole bunch of graphics that are going to get added to that show and branding. So you guys can look forward to that. Have you ever noticed the Korean cooking shows, they have like 50 different fonts? I have not seen them.
The support from AL has already transitioned towards the tops of the map. You know what? This is getting very confusing, you know? Like, what other AD carry are we going to be able to put over in the mid lane? We've tried Ezreal, we had Kai'Sa, we've got Zeri.
I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. Sure, why not? Get all that engage out there.
What do I think of Troubling's casting? I think she's good.
Grub starting up. A very, very heavy presence from anyone's legend. Try to deny Grubageddon here. You do not really want to give this composition that advantage because their siege will be just ridiculous. It turns out, though, there is just going to be a start of the Grubs with no contest by NIP. I was wondering if they were actually going to walk over this way.
They're trying to walk up, but Rookie had to defend his wave. He has to TP back in right now. He has Trinity Force.
All right, they're going to try to get it. There is everything used on Allah as well.
Shanji, flash, please. Oh, he doesn't have flash. He has no flash and he has no ult. Oh my god. Why are we contesting this if the Kennen has no flash and no ult?
While members of AL looking for a flank, Shanji has to bring his ult here. Want to fight?
Shanji, please!
Sure, why not? Get all that engage out there. I also see now with these grubs starting up.
LEC was dumb to stop hiring her. Yeah, she's joined the graveyard of abandoned toys.
Very heavy presence from anyone.
You know, LEC abandoned toys, also known as Jamada, Nymera, and Trouble, who now just have been they've been abandoned to the LPL stream.
Turns out though, there is just going to be a start of the Grubs with no contest by NIP. I was wondering if they were actually going to walk over this way.
They're trying to walk up, but Rookie had to defend his wave. He has to TP back in right now. He has Trinity Force.
All right.
I just don't understand why we're fighting this when Shanji doesn't have flash, and especially because he doesn't have ultimate. He actually just lightning rushes in, and then are they actually going to be able to get this?
Rookie trying to do his best, but he can't get into the fight. Another goes off, but look at all
that was the stream, guys. That was the LPL VOD. So I'm surprised they actually managed to trade that relatively evenly. That was kind of janky from NIP.
NIP was so late to the party, but they're still looking at the Rakan. Rookie's trying to cancel. Not quite close enough. Rookie's gonna lose a lot of HP to the tower as well. NIP, they might not get out with grubs, but they get out with kills, and that's what matters. 4,000 gold now up on Rookie, but Shanks punishing that.
It was a 4v3, and it was a timing because Corki had just bought Trinity Force.
When we go
So
back to that replay, I want everyone to pay attention to all 3 lanes for AL. Every single one of them pushed in before that play starts, meant that Rookie had to stay in lane, used all of his HP and mana, tried to push out that wave, which means he was late to the play. Sure, he shows up with a...
they also wasted exhaust onto Shanji. They shouldn't have used exhaust onto Shanji. They didn't know his ult was still down.
Trinity Force on that one, and
I think they preemptively used it.
The back of that. But AL not only
Kyle
trade
preemptively used
kill
it.
right here onto the cannon, they also come out with the void.
Because if they still had the if they still had the exhaust for the Corki, that maybe goes differently.
Something bad. Now we look back.
But Anna tried to push lanes for AL. Every
Did
single
Braum
one
ult
of them
into
pushed in before that play
Braum,
starts,
or did
and
Brand
that
ult into
Rookie
Braum
had
shield?
to stay
No,
in
he
lane,
ults
use
right
all
there.
of his HP and mana, tried
See,
to
everybody's
push
on fire.
lanes for AL. Every single
He actually
one of
ults
them
up
pushed
front.
in before that play
Yeah, that's
starts.
he ults right there. That's
And that
Pyroclasm right there.
Rookie had to stay in lane, used all of his HP and mana, tried to push out that wave, which means he was late to the play. Sure, he shows up with a...
Yeah,
Trinity
ult
Force
for
on that
Makan
one,
is
and
super
then
late
Massive got
too.
2 kills.
Because it was on cooldown at the start of the fight.
And it will be a dragon secured by anyone's legend. Now Aki, Arctic is salting his way to safety at least. Shanks, yeah, anyone's legend could chase this one down easy. They got Photic over here. The bullet time going to be blocked by the Unbreakable. Now Photic, he had already salting his way to safety at least. Shanks, yeah, anyone's legend could chase.
Photic just casually trolling,
They got Photic over here. The bullet time going to be blocked by the Unbreakable.
eating forward for no reason and having to burn his flash.
He's going to have to burn his flash.
Which non-meta champ would you love to see in pro play? Thresh.
Okay.
He's always exciting, you know.
Let's calculate everything that's happened from the beginning. So Aki dives into the pit, tries to steal the dragon. It's not happening. Then dives out, War tries to save him, but everyone... That is actually madness happening on the Rift. NIP again are losing a little bit of the rhythm.
Rookie.
Rookie just gets seats. What?
Support is trying to evade an assault from AL. That is actually...
So this is actually enabled by the fact that it's Chemtech Rift, because Aki gets the extra distance from the blast cone, and then he's able to dash over and then immediately CC Rookie.
Rookie. He's going
The MF bullying in lane is actually working pretty well, though.
Ability of NIP just being crumbled. Hey, he got it. Third
He
time's
got
the charm.
one.
Photic snipes him down.
Perfect, true. 3rd time's the charm for Photic. Managed to grab one with the arcane shift. However, I was about to say, NIP seems to be crumbling under pressure. And the mid laner crumbled as well on the bot side of the map. Whilst NIP are trying to get anything done on the map while they're going for kills, as you can see, AL have cheaped over those tower platings. Bot lane and mid lane. They're
In February, there'll be a living fair in Coex Mall that has many cheap and discounted cooking products and small-made items. Thank you, Lee June 23. Maybe I'll head over to that. It's a long time from now.
Too far forward, his wave is nowhere near that tower, and he's just gonna get dived on.
Yeah, dodges out of a couple of Krako's abilities there, but
Not even
really
close.
Good snipe. Saw him as he exited the vision there, knew he was walking back towards the turret.
And IP, they just need to find their footing again in this game, because if they feel like they're one step behind every single time AL presses the trigger, and that's also to commend AL for this is what they have been doing this entire split.
What's your top 3 best designed champ in League? Probably Lee Sin, because there's basically no game where you're not excited to see Lee Sin, and he has a very high skill ceiling. Honestly, probably Azir. For being honest, like Azir has a lot of playmaking potential, and I really like the way he controls objectives, and you can all in. He functions with a variety of play styles. Some of the best plays in history have been made with Azir.
Junks playing with his flash down pretty much the entire time. Kroko,
I really like Thresh
completely
as a
messing up
champion.
his first clear and his second clear as well. Aki made
Ezreal's a good one.
Have bounced back and they have found opportunities and kills onto the map. Now the Rift Herald has been started from NIP, but AL are not going to go down that easy.
Rookie was pushing in the top side. Looks like Rift Herald will just be secured in the end for NIP. turret did get taken in the side lane by Shanks, so he'll be able to get first turret for anyone's legend. So they continue to have their advantage and maybe even grow it a little bit.
Yeah, Shanks did not have teleport to join this fight, and AL did not want to take a turn 4 versus 5, especially when they are about 2,000 gold in the lead right now.
Yeah,
You
Nara
don't
is
want
good
to
too. I agree.
Your gold away. You've got 2 bounties as well onto this area and on the misfortune. Gotta be extremely careful to give these ones over. 2,000 gold is not much of a difference. It does count right now, especially when you're gonna have second item completed and NIP was scrambling about, having 1.5. This is the perfect timing for AL to pull the trigger and sort of solidify the game. KL and Shanks taking full control of the top side. I keep feeling like these guys are the bot lane, but they're not.
I feel like that's the important thing right now is I do.
It's crazy that anyone's legend is just so far ahead in this game, given the start that NIP had, but they really threw the advantage that they were able to accrue.
Still able to get to those 3 items.
I mean, all eyes on Shanji, though, because he actually just has to get into the back line.
Will be on the side of anyone's legend more so not to get caught.
Oh, man, we went Leandri's first. He needs Rocket Belt. He has to get on top of MF and Brand. He has to.
Hope almost just took an entire tower.
He did it.
Not almost. He
more so a bit back behind them.
This MF bully pick is actually working out really well, though.
Item spikes. You're going to be very
like these guys are stumbling about, having 1.
But what is going on with this mid
I
lane?
feel like if you're NIP and you're sitting just a little bit.
Why
back
is
behind them,
Ezreal,
you're
like,
still able to
fucking
get to those 3
taking
item spikes.
wolves?
You're going to be very comfortable in a lot of these fights because the execution will be on the side of anyone's legend more so not to get caught by all these big team fights.
This is so weird, guys.
Hope almost just took an entire tower.
He did it.
Not almost,
Dude,
he
Leandri
took an
seems like
entire
such
tower.
garbage for Shanji. Like, what is he
In
doing?
face.
What the fuck is the like? Why would you need Leandri's in this situation? Your job is to blow up MF and Brand.
Misfortune versus Ezreal.
You have to get onto them.
Can't do
Why?
much.
Why is Leandri's a thing that
Now,
you
at
think
least
would help
early.
you?
We'll see
Like,
later.
I-
It is the League of
You
Trades.
need
It's
Rocket
like
Belt
for NIP.
Zonias.
But I guess next looks are with this Rift Herald if they want to try to crack down this mid turret. They are moving down towards this bot lane though.
They don't even have a real tank, guys. They have a fucking Renekton with Black Cleaver. They don't even have a tank support.
Oh, I think I might have lost combinations that could be pulled off by it.
Hope almost just took an entire tower.
Looks are with this Rift
They
Herald
just
if they
don't
wanna try to
defend
crack
mid
down
turret.
this
And IP
mid
just
turret.
doesn't defend
They
mid
are
turret
moving
there.
down towards this bot
As
lane.
Ezreal needed wolves and Corki was top lane. Rocket Belt decap, no need to go Zonias if they are all dead. That's true.
Trouble again, unfortunate.
I mean, anything is better than this fucking Leandri's, right?
As soon as possible. As we do though, Dragon is
Rocket Belt decap or just straight up Rocket Belt Magic Pen.
Who's going to be able to move this Rift Herald around as a bit of a distraction yet again, like we see.
Because I guess Brand has Mercs.
The last couple times. It actually is AL who have a perfect position around this, though. They have so much vision control on this side of the map. It's so difficult. They're going to get the damage down. Krakow. It actually is AL who have a perfect position around this, though. They have so much vision control on this side of the map. It's so difficult. They're going to get the damage down. Krakow with the bullet time over top. That was a lot committed.
All right, so we just get the MF and the Brand ults for free, I guess.
Are starting to fall apart.
They're actual geniuses, guys. They are actual geniuses.
That was a lot committed on
Terrible TP. Terrible TP from Shanji. What? Who is this? Is this Sniper? Is this Sniper? This is a Sniper TP right here. Like, what? What is he supposed to do from over here? I get there's no other place for him to TP, but why TP at all? Why waste it? You already lost the fight. You already got picked off.
Are starting to fall apart.
Shout out for the world's most wasted TP.
Here comes the slicing maelstrom. Everybody's gonna flash out of that one.
Dude, Shanji is a fucking trash can. Holy shit.
Cleans up that big old poro, and Shanji will just be dug into the dirt by Hope.
NIP, they want to be cleaning this up 2-0. They're already 2-0 up in their own.
Behind. That was the Krakow able to secure this whole point. But yeah,
NIP is
it's
shit,
been
man.
Such close starts to fights, but then you just start seeing anyone's legend collapsing so well with the combos they have.
I do like, look, to anyone's legend, respect for them pulling the trigger. You know what I mean? Like, they literally just all in commit to this, including, you know, the Shanks is right there. Like, when the MF starts ulting, Shanks comes over the wall knowing that he's protected by the ultimate, so he can actually just go into close range, right? It's well played.
Every single time AL see one member overextending from NIP, they know they can just take them down. They've got the
like AL is playing super well around vision and creating picks, and they have massive burst damage.
Able to secure this whole point. But yeah, it's been such close starts to.
Do I drink coffee? Yeah.
Just start seeing anyone's
just black coffee though.
So well with the combos they have.
Every single time AL see one member overextending from NIP, they know they can just take them down. They've got the early game spike.
Later, Lee Jun, thank you.
They've got everything they need to sort of keep on snowballing what is happening in these team fights. And that's exactly what they're doing. I feel like by the time NIP have figured out whether they want to TP, whether they want to flank, whether they want to use the cannon, the play has already happened. And unfortunately, every single one of their members right now is at a goal deficit.
I will say, if you ever want to pick me up, Shanji, go rewatch that clip, because you literally yes, there were some aggressive flashes, but literally all 5 flashes from anyone's legend are all gone at the same time.
At the same time.
And it's actually hilarious to me how
I do like how decisive anyone's legend is. I don't even think this is a good composition, but whatever.
Monstrously,
they are executing the bad comp well.
Not gonna lie to you, the NIP flashes are also.
What do you think of AL? Are they really good or other teams? I mean, AL is good. AL is good.
Hey.
I mean, NIP is playing this super badly though. Like they've never even set up this cannon to actually have any kind of effect on this game.
Yeah,
and I think his build is so shit.
For NIP, there is a bunch of scaling, of course, in the team, right? With the cannon, we have seen what Selector Crack can do, especially when you find a really good flank. And Shanji has found those in the past. You've got Ezreal plus Corki, who also scale incredibly well. They just need to make sure that they do not get caught one by one, which AL have been so good at punishing over and over again the entire game.
NIP very, very reserved in that Rift Herald play, realizing they don't want to get caught by asserting anyone's legend. They had just gotten second item for Rookie. They're working on a third for him. Again, third items are where they really turn on. They now have completed their tier items.
When I get more Acolyte hate from you and Doa in a couple of weeks.
I say that Rookie has completed his. They are.
I think when the Acolyte is over, we will do a second review.
And not losing too fast.
I haven't seen beyond the first 3 episodes.
Staying firm in the lead every single time they have a lead, they pressure it, and you see right here a wave push.
I'm sure you've been asked about why did you stop doing Power Spike. I may still be doing Power Spike, guys. We will see.
Territory. Extra vision to enemy territory means if anyone from NIP walks up, AL are ready to pounce onto them. They do not give you an inch. They'll take your game away. So having 2 champions that want to be scaling with 2 mana moons, they're just not going to give you the chance to get there and get to your third item. And even if you do, you're going to be...
I don't think the comp is inherently bad, just very vulnerable to counterpick, like if NIP is ahead in a proper 5v5 team. But yeah, but it's also, I mean, anytime you run Wombo comps that are based around ult timings, you're always really vulnerable because if the enemy can pull a key ult out of you and then like force a Baron fight, then you just lose.
I'm trying to make moves up towards this top side for a little bit of vision. There's no real extra bodies for.
They finally revealed the twist Monty in episode 7. There's 30 minutes left of the show. What are you talking about? Surely Disney will greenlight a second season, right?
NIP are going to start grouping from here on out. I expect a lot more. TPs are available, at least for Shanji and Rookie on their side, Shanks on the other side. So right now, NIP have the pace of play in that regard. If they want to try to find a flanking play for Shanji, there's no objectives for a little while, so that play is going to be in the back pocket.
AL are taking full control right here. The only neutral objective on the map right now is going to be this Baron. And AL wants to make sure that the entire top quadrant of Aki's jungle is lit up in red wards. Making sure they have full vision right there. Pressure in that mid lane. Somebody's going to be sent top as well. He's going to be most likely Alex.
Are you looking forward for Arcane Season 2? Did I like the first season? Yeah, I thought the first season was good. I mean, it's not my favorite show of all time. Like, it's like good, but I mean, I don't really like the League of Legends IP.
They have been
so
phenomenal at controlling.
I think it would be a better show if it could design its own world as opposed to being chained to League of Legends garbage characters and universe.
Strategies as well. It just really helps to be able to find those priority lanes in some regard. Now it all comes down to the Dragon setup. About 30 seconds out here, Trouble.
NIP is trying to find their way in. They need to get some wards behind enemy lines for Shanji, but this is going to be almost impossible because AL are literally guarding every entrance with their bodies. Ale has also sneaked in. He might actually find Shanji before Shanji finds.
What the fuck is Shanji doing?
This is going to be
What the fuck is Shanji doing?
almost impossible because AL are literally guarding every entrance with their bodies.
Shanji.
Ale has also sneaked in. He might actually find
Shanji, you
Shanji
have
before
to
Shanji
do
finds
something.
any
You
flank.
can't let your
Oh,
friends
he
just
got
die.
Oh, I love it. It's like mind games, like playing chess. So is he gonna see me? Oh. Improved blast cone there, Ala. Gotta be a little careful.
No, Shanji, no.
Now
You're
this is
useless
setting for a
there.
5-on-5 fight.
Oh, Shanji very importantly has the flash available, so if he finds a really good ultimate, it could change the course of this fight. The Baron, the Dragon Story is gonna be started. Ale and Shanji both looking for a flank.
Shanji better get on this back line.
Needs to find a big
Surely
bullet time
he
off.
is confident in his Leandri's purchase and isn't regretting not buying Rocket Belt now.
Makes the difference. Quickness in. Dragon down. It goes the way of Aki, denying the soul. Now NIP have Ala to deal with. That's a big croc, baby. And the slicing maelstrom is too little, too late. Hope is gonna flash forward aggressively and now moving.
Shanji still has flash, guys.
Trying to chase him down the double carries of anyone. That's a big croc, baby. And the slicing maelstrom is
Shanji,
too
why
little,
are you
too-
like this?
Slicing maelstrom makes the difference.
Shanji, why are you like this?
Quickness in. Dragon.
Honestly, Joel plays this pretty well. He actually he uses Bramble to cancel MF ult.
Down. It goes the way of Aki, denying the soul. Now
And look at this, he just gets flashed on. How does he, what?
slicing maelstrom makes the difference. Quickness in.
They have vision of the croc.
Dragon down. It goes the way of
They
Aki.
have vision, he gets stunned, and then he just flashes for free with an empowered W onto Shanji.
Now NIP have all of
And then Shanji takes all the damage, and does he flash? No, he just gets stunned again. Holy shit, Shanji. I hope your day is going good. Well, it was fun earlier when I was cooking. It's not fun watching Shanji play Kennen. It's not going good.
Trying to move it, but they will not find the kill. They will transition this power over to the Baron, though.
NIP was winning this fight until they were losing the damage, the pure damage numbers coming in from Hope were insane. I felt like actually NIP were winning this fight and they actually were not. The second Hope started hitting on that misfortune.
I can't believe anyone's Legend is winning
He's
this
still
game.
alive. He's around. There is no
Until fight
9x report Shanji.
and trying to move bodies over there quickly, but it is a denial of the soul, which NIP got what they can.
What did
in
I
that
cook?
moment. Yes, they
I cooked some
definitely
beef
saved
and
the
broccoli
fight,
and
but
tomatoes
they
and
wanna
eggs.
scale, they
So
wanna
some
deny
Chinese
any
food.
Legends win conditions, which are these stacking objectives.
They have done that so far. However, now with the Baron, AL will take full control of the map. Incredibly high.
I mean, the MF really worked out well in
It
lane.
might have just been Kroko's passive popping right there. That was some insane damage. Over. The damage was effectively. And once the Barkan goes down here, this is great news for NIP to push forward. However, the second Hope gets into this fight, the fight is over. The damage was
Brandel.
so incredibly high. I'm not
Shanji
sure it
ain't a
was
Kennen
Hope.
player.
It might have
True.
just been Kroko's passive popping right there. That was some insane damage from the side of AL. NIP groups forward, they all die.
Rapid fire cannon now, able to defend a dominant from ahead.
I feel like they're just very oppressive in terms of the map. They'll take one creep more than
Surely
this.
his
They'll
Leandri's
translate
has
into
helped
vision,
him
which will
make all the plays
one
this
of
game.
the Rift, and this is why they're choking out NIP right now. NIP not only are they scrambling to find some vision onto the map for NIP. Too sorry.
I was watching them take
Another
towers during Baron. We can skip forward out of this.
Here, that'll be an inhib down. They might just crash this one into a win, and Rookie's gonna have to burn the flash out of that one. That'll be an inhib, and
sprint and clear out that mid lane wave. Their only way into this river is through that brush to
and gold in the
ask for an AL. What do you have?
He's going for Baron on respawn again.
But I do.
It's actually really scary that they have Chemtech Soul as well, because this is a composition where the Brand and MF and Zeri can do a lot of damage
over this last bit.
towards the end of a team fight.
Top esports, it just always feels like there's falterings around him. Still been unanswered to this point so far.
It's like Shanji has no idea what his job is in this game.
Yeah, they do it so quickly with Krako. He just does so much burn damage. It looks like Aki wants to step up, but I think the Baron is already going to be
They're just going to walk into another Brand and MF ult.
They have Shanji over
there it
the
is.
Big bullet time. They've been baited. That's the Shanji slicing belt. Oh, he's gone. That's just the gold difference right there. You did get this.
He finally did it, but it was way too late.
Over on the other side. Big bullet time. They've been baited. That's the Shanji slicing Belcher. Oh, he's gone. That's
the thing is,
right
they just exhaust him and focus him.
They have Shanji over on the other side. Big bullet time. They've been baited. That's the Shanji slicing Belcher. Oh, he's gone. That's just the gold difference
I
right
did
there.
like how excited
Back end, though. Now,
Basil got.
Really want him, and he will just go down to Shanks in the end. NIP will try to clear this mid wave as best they possibly can, but anyone's legend come away on top of it again. Now 10,000 gold in the lead. As we see the siege continue on this top side by anyone's legend, they will just take down more turrets. As, the answer is here by NIP. I think if anyone's legend overextend, they might be in a lot of trouble. Kyle going in though. Kyle getting low. They still have enough damage. Hope right now 6-0-3, unkilled on the Misfortune. And what a way to start off this series from anyone's legend. Dominant from start to finish. And it wasn't even about draft. It was a lot about execution on the table. They are going to move into the last turrets here of NIP in this first game. A best of 3. That means so much for NIP to get some revenge on the team that's beaten them twice already this split. And AL will go up 1-0.
That was a very weird game from both sides. What a weird comp. Oh, we're just cooking with the MF picks apparently. All right, give me just a second, guys. Need to upload some more cooking video here. Hold on. So the cool thing about my cooking stream is that my HDMI switcher records all of the cameras in HD at the same time. So all 4 of them, but obviously it makes like 200 gigs worth of video files.
Along with it again, get the wombo combo going for NIP, and that's where the strength will be. But that 2v2 is super important as well.
Ooh, and they are. They actually do not care about what the matchups are. They are playing for the wombo combo. However, Ale does really love to play Camille, and in the earlier stages, you could very easily punish a cannon with.
So we're just no, please. Playing
for the wombo combo. However, Ale.
All right, so they're taking MF away. Brand is first. What is with this series? We've been okay. The LeBlanc band actually makes sense because Rookie has styled on people with that in the earlier stages of the tournament. But we're just picking MF, Kennen, Wombo like straight up. So can we take some disengage? Can we pick like, I don't know. What are we gonna pick? Alistair? Can we pick some Alistair? That seems good.
Does really love to play Camille, and in the earlier stages, you could very easily punish a cannon.
Also,
All right, so getting Peel here with Nautilus. All right, all right. Nautilus is also good because he can interrupt the MF ult with his ult or with Hook.
So much time for setup and so much spacing there.
Actually looking for the wombo combo, so things like actually the Sejuani, the Rel, the Maokai would do great.
Shanks has been surprisingly good on Yone. In fact, even though he hasn't been a Yone player historically. Wow, the Wombo is insane. We're just getting Rel.
What NIP was doing with their draft.
I'm just surprised they didn't take Ezreal. Like, why would you take Yone here when you can just take Ez?
But we'll see the Malphite ban went towards that.
Evolution.
Malphite ban against MF does make sense because you don't want him counter-ulting the MF.
Might be too comfortable on the Yone to feel like he can beat the core. Be a wombo combo. Things like the Jace might spring into mind as well.
I could see that. Consistently pushing him in. Still ended up the better for it in the end. We do end up seeing that Ziggs ban by NIP.
So Hope has played a lot of Ziggs, which makes sense that they would ban that after seeing the Yone. Ziggs has been one of AL's better champions. Wow, they take Varus into Kennen? MF? The balls, dude. The balls. They, like, why would you take Varus Brett? I mean, look, I know the answer to this, guys. It's because you know Shanji can't ult you.
Along with the Ari for rookie, it is immediately the Varus, though, for AL.
Hear me out. We said Aki's pool in spring, Viego, Wukong, Zinzao. Give me one of those three.
Yeah, I agree with Trouble. Those are good picks here. We're womboing with Wukong. That's such an Aki pick.
But we've seen
Nocturne? Oh, dude, they're doing the TP flank under cover of night. Okay, look. Is this powerful from NIP? Sure. You know, you Nocturne ults, Kennen TP's in, you get the flank off, right? Ari is also on the flank. You can't see the MF ult winding up. You hit them with the Rel. Like, the Nocturne here. But the thing is like, can you stop Brand from getting a lot done in the early game? I mean, again, I feel like NIP has a lot of tools, but they are incredibly ult-gated. They are incredibly ult-gated this game. Like this comp does have the press R win game ability. Hold on something. I need to look something up. I mean, to be fair, Kennen is Shanji's 4th most played champ of all time.
Seen this double-edged sword go wrong before.
Look at the lot of pressure, which is something
Is that boom
every single time.
to put a stop to the dominating that anyone's legend has put on the LPL. But right now, it's an opportunity to stay alive in this best of 3. Game 2 kicks off now.
What, an actual Photic fan? I thought those were only in Legend.
The NIP fans coming out from NIP now.
I thought NIP's early game was really good last game. It's too bad that they didn't actually get any kind of meaningful advantage from it.
Little look at some of the runes here. The Electrocute obviously rising up in priority here, but will be secured for rookie. Also to note, the press the attack for Hope. So going for more of the sustained damage Varus instead of that kind of poke lethality.
Love the second wind on Shanks as well. As a melee playing into an Electrocute lane, a lot of pull coming out from the Ari, being able to regen a bunch of that HP and stay. But then you're like, I guess I'm countered by everything. I'll consider it.
At least you have a little bit of something there going for you. Love to hear that. I do also want to see exactly what these paths are going to lead out to, because we do have a bit of a unique path right now for Aki, who started his...
I guess the theory is Nocturne's just going to be able to farm up to 6 if that's what Bran wants to do at the same time. I mean, neither of these champions is super good at ganking pre-6.
You'll see, this Nocturne wants to pretty much avoid whilst hopefully maintaining a bit of priority in his lane. You see that Rookie has pushed in. You see that Shanji has a bunch of pressure towards the tops of the map. Rookie's going to walk in. Place down a ward as well, just in case Croco wants to wrap around. But Croco's already on the top side.
Around him, Gallades, and honestly,
So I do an
really
invade
cool to
here
see how
because
strong
Shanji
he's
has
been
prio.
so far into his career. It's just about pulling the pieces together around him. Speaking of pulling the pieces, Aki going for a steal right under the nose of Croco.
Croco should hit level 3. There you go. From that Gromp, and he just suddenly sees, he's like, my blue buff's under attack, guys. I'll take a wild guess. It's probably the Nocturne.
Nicely done, though.
So I'm just going to recall, go bot side instead.
We'll see Aki at least steal away some of the camp. But again, Croco on the brand showed just...
So they're pinging right there. The red
picking
buff.
D
They
last
assume
time around,
Nocturne's...
but Aki literally has his
Nocturne can actually just afford to leave his red up, though, and go clear bot side into Crab and come back for his own red later.
These games, this series. And I feel like, especially when you're playing against a champion that usually out-farms you in terms of how fast the clear speed is, you need to be a lot more creative, trying to deprive them of as many farms as camps as much as possible. And right now, being able to cross through middle as well, if you wanted to skull carb, you could. However, it would delay... Oh, okay, the Q there. It would delay a little bit the jungle clear since he has his entire bot side quadrant up and available.
So good pathing so far for Aki this game. Croco's now an unemployed jungler, so he's going to gank.
They don't have vision. They will see him now, but it might be too little too late again. Dwo going to burn his flash, make it out, but no, he's got the passive on.
Oh my god. Dude, you know he's unemployed. I hate it. I hate it when people die to unemployed junglers.
Bot lane though, Croco is sneaking around. He could enter jungle if you wanted to, but
Like, you know he's unemployed. Aki should be like, this guy is probably bot side at his Krugs. But it is ridiculous how much damage he does.
Make it out, but no, he's got the passive on him and he's burning. Oh my god, Croco comes up clutch another game in a row and first blood for anyone's legend.
You have to be aware of that if you're NIP.
Yeah.
Currently, you know that Croco is a free agent on the Rift.
Yeah, exactly. Trouble knows. He's a free agent on the Rift. Exactly. He's unemployed. He's an unemployed jungler. He has 0 jobs. Yes, he's unemployed. Trouble's 100% right.
Currently, you know that Croco is a free agent on the Rift. He has
It's outrageous.
0 jobs. His chickens just spawned. His entire jungle
Trouble's on top of it.
So you knew he'd reset and get back onto the map. NIP
Yes.
did not necessarily respect that because
You knew he'd reset and go bot.
So he was technically,
Which is why Aki went and took this first and then cleared. It's why Aki cleared Crab and is this trying to clear back this direction, right? So, like, you have to communicate that to your team.
In proximity, but without the ultimate, you cannot be diving in. You're not close enough, and NIP end up losing their support.
And unfortunately, that 2v2 just has not gone the way of NIP at all this series. And it's been a bit of a bleeding wound down there so far. Shanji, got to be a little careful here with Ala having come back. Rookie caught out a little bit, does have a little bit of mana to work with, but is in a bit of hurt. Both mid laners trading heavy health bar, but Dwo has made the roam up topside. Those legs move fast on a horse. He's got the combo, Shattered Strikes, and the crash down. There's the combo, and damage done, but is it enough? He's got enough distance, though, to cover, and Flash is going to come out.
Oh, he's a terrible flash by Ally, though.
On a horse. He's got the combo, Shattered Strikes, and the crash down. There's the combo, and damage done, but is it enough? He's got enough distance, though, to cover, and Flash is going to come out, and Shanji gets the kill in the end with the Shuriken.
Flash for the top lane. Shanji ends up coming up with the kill. You saw how careful
bad flash by Ally
was in that particular gank as well. Shanji did not want to get anywhere near that Cassandra in case it was turned around. Very nice gank from Dwo right there, but if you look on the bottom of the map, Photic is absolutely struggling, having to wait in the brush between his tier 1 and tier 2.
Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. Luckily, Croco's getting a bunch on the top side. Or at least not, Croco is getting a little bit back from the top side where Aki was trying to push.
Yeah, and top lane, very importantly, Shanji, very good utilization right there to press the ultimate. Try to push in that wave as fast as possible. There was no teleport onto Ale, so he has lost a couple of creeps. 600 gold in the lead right now for Shanji, and that was exactly what we were.
Did Kennen just ult minions? Yeah, look, it's not terrible. What he's trying to do is he got the kill right, and he hits 6, and he knows that that Ale isn't 6, so he's trying to clear. He's trying to fast push out so he can come back into lane.
And IP was in that particular gank as well. Sanji did not want to get anywhere near that Cassandra in case he was turned around. Very nice gank from Swole right there, but if you look on the bottom of the map, Photic is absolutely struggling.
So ulting the minion wave isn't a problem there,
yeah.
because at least you get pressure.
That is a bit unfortunate.
I don't think you're going to contest Grubs either versus the Brand with the Nocturne.
Getting a little bit back from the talk side.
You can just cross map with the Nocturne. I think the real play to make here, guys, is to wait until Nock is 6. Right, and then you can test the next set of grubs by using Knuckle to catch somebody out and get the really good Kennen ult. So I think it's all fine. Nock can clear top and then go to drag.
A couple of creeps, 600 gold in the lead right now for Sanji, and that was exactly what we were asking from NIP. When Rookie is even or not winning his lane, can someone else step up to the occasion? Can someone else be the Rookie for him until he bounces back, until he gets to be the monster he wants to be in the mid to late game fights, play through Fog of War? Sanji right now with a pretty good advantage for himself to try and do this.
We needed the solo lanes to have some strength there. And they were very clear about opting into the team fight special.
Oh, you bought Haunting, guys. Why? Please, Shanji, your job is to kill Varus and Brand. Please stop buying Leandries.
As we move forward as well. I do want to check in on the map states here, though, because we have Dragon spawned up. We already got those 3 grubs taken by anyone's legend, but everybody's starting to collapse down to the spot side, especially with both junglers pathing down this way.
Yeah, and the level 6 is going to be huge for the Dragon. Hope a little bit too far forward.
Ooh, he's trying. He's like a little stuck between the minions. This is going to burn the flash there. Photic almost dies in the end, too.
However, that was a 2 versus 1 from Hope right there. Mind you, both flash and barrier available for Photic. Hope had to burn both, and he just mentioned Dragon is up. Aki's
there it is. Full time with the make it rain. Oh, but the denial. Kyle. He's
available for Photic. Hope had to burn both, and he just mentioned Dragon is up. Aki's
there it is. Full time with the make it rain. Oh, but the denial. Kyle. He's Superman himself. As now anyone's legend. They do end up getting out alive. Hope very close to going down.
Level 6 on Aki, though. He just hit it off of the Grump. They could be looking for a dive down the bot lane. He's gonna get
he's just gonna clear. They literally just chunked Hope out of lane. They got his flash. It's a free Drake. You take the free Drake. It's exactly what I said, guys. You clear top, let them have grubs, take the Drake, look for the setup. The next grubs is gonna be the big test, I think, for NIP. They have to get a good knock ult around that.
Decision making right now has been pretty good. They will need to be careful on top side. Shanji is the only play on the map. Anyone's legend. Going to try to move over for it. It is going to be that Dragon secured by NIP.
It's a little bit of an unfortunate scenario right here for Sanji because his wave was a little bit too far forward on the lane. However, it's going to start pushing towards him slowly but surely. Ale going to clear any vision for Coco to walk up and potentially threaten, but Aki is threatening the bot side. Remember, Hope, no flash,
anyone's legend. You've been off way more than you could chew. The combo comes out as the light.
Coco to walk up.
I mean, I literally don't know what they thought was going to happen here. They thought they'd be able to clear the wave and then recall, but
it's going to start pushing towards him slowly but surely.
Photic and Joe were still there, so they get a free Nocturnal.
Comes out as the lights go out, and Photic picks up the kill into Hope. Now in trouble in topside, though. Shanji gets hit back by the Q3 into the wall, and all out at the trade, though. Alla will trade his life.
Fine trade.
Another kill.
You absolutely take those. Shanji is going to suffer a tiny bit because he's going to lose a bunch of gold and experience. The kill going to the side of Kennen. Of
yeah, it's a fake back. Yeah.
Instantly
after the Drake.
He hits it,
it's fine.
But I don't think it's going to be enough to get him away this time. And he's going to...
Wait, what is this?
He's going to burn that. Looks like Aki will be pathing down towards his bot side. They really want to punish Shanji, and looks like they'll find him this time. He has flash, but I don't think it's going to be
nice setup for Krako.
This time, and he's going to burn that flash and apparently pathing down towards his bot side. They really want to punish Shanji, and looks like they'll find him this time.
That's a really nice setup into Krako's stun.
To get him away this time, and he's going to burn that flash, and apparently it was enough. He's just a little sneaky rat.
Really good combo between Ale and Krako.
Right here, which is -1 on the map. Aki's wrapping around Shanks. No ultimate
The thing
from
is, as long as
Shanks.
you get Shanji's flash out, he actually can't hurt you if you're AL because he doesn't have rocket belts, so it's just free now. Like, your main goal is basically just keeping Shanji flashless this game, I think, if you're AL.
Because 3 bodies from NIP, they want to try to crash this wave to some extent and get Rookie aback.
And I absolutely love this from NIP. They keeping the pressure up constantly. They have burnt flash onto Croco. Hope is still flashless. Ultimate for Nocturne is already back up and available. So when you have Suo in close proximity, you could potentially be looking for yet another play. And our question mark for NIP was, can the other members step up when Rookie is not ahead in the middle? And so far the answer is yes. 1 kill down in the bot lane for Photic. 2 and 1 for Shanji, outplaying.
As they will get all 6 grubs in the top side of the map. Nice objective control from them so far, as it was the dragons being stacked up by NFP on the other side. Croco is going to be ridiculously scary in this game. And I want to talk a little bit about the entrances here, because we talked so much about NIP's kind of team fight entrances, the wombo combos there, but the individual pieces for Anyone's Legend has a lot to say.
Absolutely, you do have a lot of engage potential. Talking about engage.
They turned the lights out. I can't see. It's Aki going down and bot side. He has a lot to say.
Absolutely, you do have a lot of engage potential. Talking about engage.
They turned the lights out. I can't see. It's Aki going down.
So what my question is, what happened around these grubs, right? And the answer is because Shanji was forced off the turret again, they just get the grubs for free. So Anyone's Legend just has to make a play bot side instead. So Shanji getting chunked there actually does make a really big deal, because it means 6 grubs for Anyone's Legend when they could have made a Nocturne play around the top side. So that's pretty bad. But it's okay, because Shanji has Leandri's, I guess.
Nice objective control from them so far, as it was the dragons being stacked up by NFP combos there, but the individual pieces for Anyone's Legend has a lot to say.
Absolutely, you do have a lot of engage potential. Talking about engage.
They turned the lights out. I can't see. It's Aki going down at bot side. He actually gets...
What? How did Aki get aggro? Like, Zhuo should be getting aggro here. But they hit him, they read the play, and they hit him, they hit MF with the Chain of Corruption, and somehow, I mean, Rel just gets autoed, so she gets rooted, and Aki takes aggro. Zhuo should have aggro there.
Traded back immediately, though, as Kyle will be the one that picks up that one, so maybe the gold not going the right direction, but Fote picking up another plate as well. NIP consistently going to the festering wound that is bot side.
And Croco knew that he had punished Shanji on the top of the map. Not only did they take the kill, sorry, they didn't take the kill, they took his flash. So he's looking for potential.
I mean, I think you're fine with this game state if you're AL.
To try and punish yet again. The only place that was top side, Shanks, is going to rotate towards there as well.
Shanji trying to clear the wave a little.
He's dead.
He realizes there's not much else he can do.
Why are we TPing?
Try to save him, but it's not
Terrible
gonna be
TP.
enough. Allah doesn't trade his life for it this time, but Rookie wants to step up. It's his time to shine. Shanks gonna fate seal his
Aki has no ult, so he can't actually do anything. Shanks just gets ult out.
Beautiful stuff from AL. They instantly replied. They know that the only play they have on the map is topside towards Shank. Trade 1 kill, but
They are going to transition Hope towards mid lane now as well. Try to get a little bit
away from a fight. There is no exhaust on the side of AL. So it's all up to Ale to misposition from. So the chance for reaction is very, very slim.
It's just such a deadly full flanks on the cannon. So really want to see Shanji use that. That is the big
here we go again
right now for NIP. And AL talked about a festering wound on bot side. Well, they found their own against NIP on top side. Shanji and tried to get the minion wave here with the slicing maelstrom, but the TP is going to save the minion. Allah tanking it up, and the burn is going to be enough. It's Shanks at the end that comes in and kills him with the cleave.
It looked so scary for a second right there. Shanji almost traded onto Ale on the top sum up, but what does NIP get? They'll grab a second dragon for themselves. Rookie, Photic, and Suo hitting down that mid lane tower. If they can get mid lane tower right here, it would be huge for them, but with the presence of KL coming up, they have to back
I mean,
off.
letting the Yone split push with 6 grubs is definitely a choice. All right, they're going to try and go after this now. Aki does have... Shanji doesn't have ult! Shanji's dead! You can't... It's like they die. Shanji just is so useless because he gets picked off before objectives every single time.
Shanks
just comes in for the last hit.
kills him.
Rookie fought against War, hitting down that
It's like they
mid
can
lane
never
tower.
actually
Again,
use their
mid lane
combo.
tower here
So
will be huge for them,
let's get
but
this straight.
with the pressure of
Anyone's
AL going
legend
up,
actually
they have
played
to
the
back
Wombo
off and
better, and then they're
obviously kill, but
stopping
it's
the Wombo
also
combo
a
now
tower
on the
for
enemy
Shanks.
side by
Shanks
focusing
still having
Shanji
a
repeatedly.
huge problem. 6 void grabs on him, pressure in the side lane. Aki's looking.
He really needs those 3 items, and time is his friend. They get first turret. They aren't able to get the Rift Herald, and it will be started up by NIP in tow. As they actually are probably going to pull Aki, not wanting to pull the trigger on that one just yet.
So they are playing very well to
I feel like they're
avoid the
waiting for
Nocturne. Like,
ultimate on
basically
Shanji
the
to
Nocturne
come
and the
back up and
Cannon
running.
ults have
Death
just been
Teleport
staggered this entire
available,
game.
where he should be TPing.
Because Rookie was farming up a storm there, but it is the extra gold to Shanks that is the detriment to NIP.
2, 0, and 1. Push top lane. They'll take the Rift Herald. Shanks has been putting an absolute clinic on this Yone. However, 4 versus 5. No teleport on to Rookie. 5 seconds still dead. They're going to have to forfeit that one. And NIP are starting to fall behind yet again.
Yeah.
2,000 gold now. And about a little bit is the difference for AL. And again, the problem with AL is that you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So every single bit that they manage to take off of the map will be
last time around, but this guy had spent so much time in the Team WE camp, especially in their WE Academy camp for a little bit, but more so on the main roster. And it always felt like he was burgeoning above the average mid laner in the LPL, but it really feels like with the combination of him and Hope, they have been a huge ticket for the teams that they've been a part of, Team WE, now anyone's legend.
And also having the fit that you've solo killed Rookie, one of the best laners in the LPL overall. It's kind of big to have on your resume. AL again are gonna push in that mid lane. Shanks on the bot side of the map, pressuring that tower. They're gonna be setting up. 2 minutes for the next dragon. They might be looking for the fight right here. Cats and Nappy on the rotation.
Could actually get a re-engage going as they do. Whoa, just goes in. Lights go off. They go into the back line. Big combos there, but they can't get them. Are they going to finally flash from Aki? Gets the kill, but he's all by. Actually get a re-engage going as they do. Whoa, just goes in. Lights go off. They go into the back line. Big combos there, but they can't get them. Are they going to finally flash from Aki? Gets the kill, but he's all by himself now.
Oh, he catches Rookie in the ult. Oh, that was really well played by Shanks, actually.
They go into the back line.
They're kiting out Aki, and then Rookie dashes forward. And he actually catches Rookie in the ult, which allows him to then double back, get Aki, and then they're able to lock down. Oh, no, not quite lock down Rookie. Oh, stolen bound? Shanks played that really well. Holy moly.
Ace for AL. What a fantastic fight.
There, but they can't get
Looking for the fight right here. Cats and Nappy on the rotation.
Where's Shanji? Does he do anything useful?
Of
course not.
Whoa, just goes in. Lights go off. They go into the back line. Big combos there, but they can't get them.
Dude, fuck Shanji for real, dude. Fuck Shanji and his shitty ass cannon.
Shanks cleaning house there. Meanwhile, on the other side, Allah has gotten himself a
Ah!
as now NIP is wiped off the face of the earth.
Ace for
Shanks
AL.
played that really
What a
well.
fantastic fight.
But Shanji is of the
2 minutes
dirty
for the
enter in
dragon.
this
They might be
series.
Looking for the fight right here. Cats and Nappy on the rotation.
Could actually get a re-engage going as they do. Whoa,
They never have vision for a flank. He can never actually get into combat. He just gets, it's a good TP by Ale, and he just gets marked immediately and pushed out of the fight. And basically, AL knows how to play against this, and they kite out the divers really well, and they've given Kennen no ability to play this game, either game. Like, part of it is Shanji and the fact that NIP is garbage, but part of it is, like, legit good play by AL, shutting down the Kennen the whole game.
NIP into engaging, but it took NIP so long. In the mid lane, it's going to take yet another one. All the Voidlings, Void Mites, are going to help him take down that tower. 6 Void grabs as well on him. 4, 0, and 2. 2-point baiting right here. And what happened to Shanji? Because I see the engage is great from Aki, but Shanji
He gets fucked up by Krako in the brush,
never ends up pressing flash.
and Ale zones him out after that.
Unfortunately, Photic and Shanji were just getting chunked by the Pyroclasm from Krako.
Great ult by Krako.
I feel like everyone was so low. Oh, Shanks?
Shanks is trying to fight his way out of this one. He's under turret right now. He's still alive.
Oh my god.
Finally, okay, puts him down.
He actually did die to Leandri's burn, I think.
So low. Oh, Shanks.
Shanks is trying to fight his way out of this one. He's under turret right now. He's still.
He did die, I think, to Leandri. One tick of Leandri's burn.
Down as Shanji claims
Worth.
that one.
Again, a little bit of a question mark for me, as in why Sanji did not flash forward. I feel like this could have been the difference maker. You're gonna get chunked down by the Brand ultimate if it hits you anyway. Again, you see NIP make a play towards the top side of the map. No one's there to defend the map.
Usually, though, you
Just a little bit to pressure down that wave, and Sanji TP's in, trying to punish. Aki's there as well. There's no ultimate on Aki, but they're just gonna run Shanks down. And that second last shield from the Q right there, I honestly thought that might get Shanks out. Oh,
Up, Shanji's dead.
Shanji's is down.
I think Sanji has seen Croco more than anyone else has seen Croco this game.
He really has. Like, he must have said something last game in all chat. I don't know. But Croco has realized that the Kennen is the thing is, though, the reason why I make jokes about it, but like Shanji is literally the gearbox within the team. We'll see if they can get those gears turning. Realize that the Kennen is the
Look at Hope right
thing is,
here.
though, the reason
Look at
why I
his
make jokes
look at his
about it, but,
Verisalt.
Shanji is
So it
literally
goes
the
dark,
gearbox
and he literally
within the team.
they
We'll see if they
literally
can get
just. Where was the chain of corruption? Was it on Nocturne as he came in?
Like Shanji is literally
And he just
the
didn't spell
gearbox
shield?
within-
Yeah, it was on Nocturne as he came in, and he immediately
We'll see if they can get
Kyle immediately not ults onto the Ari and then hooks
either
him.
way, though. Hope already down. NIP have made the play on mid lane.
It's a pretty good. It's a pretty good defense,
Croco
but
was waiting to flank on the other side. Does have pyroclasm, but not going to go for it. Ala was.
I mean they used all their ults though, and they had to give up an inhib turret, so
Look at this
Giga
round
not
attack
worth.
right now. Every single time NIP pulls a trigger to take a kill, AL take control of the map. Yes, they'll lose 2 mid. Yes, they'll lose the tier 1. But a tier 1 mid for an inhibitor tower that can consistently get pressured from the side of AL is pretty much an even trade right now. However, if you're RNIP and you're starving for kills, you'll take anything you can get alongside a mid lane tier 1, and Shanji just walks into a control ward. Croco is around. I mean, Croco is always around, man.
Always around Shanji, at least in those regards.
Yeah, always around Sanji, yeah.
Gonna need to get him some flowers after this one or something. There's gonna be something personal brewing.
He must have all chatted like "you suck" or something like that. It's like, all right, it's personal now.
2 kills in a tower for a tower when you're super behind is kind of worth. Yeah, but it's a mid lane tier 1.
They've made a huge splash to start off the placements, and now looking to go 3-0. And
Also, the Ocean Drake is pretty nightmare scenario for NIP, because if they get 4 Ocean Drakes in Ocean Soul, anyone like Cassandre just never dies to their composition. Womb.
oh,
Aki,
paranoia! Oh, they get the engage at least on a Croco, but look at him, he's doing so much damage. No, EP out of rookie. Oh,
All right, here it is. The first combo where they get the Cannonol.
Oh, they get the engage at least.
Oh, we got the
Croco, but Look
flash.
at him, he's doing so much damage. No, he goes golden and half their health bars are. Oh.
Aki.
It's always like 20 to 30 minutes into the game, though, when it's too late. I mean, the damage from the Brand already comes through, too. And he has the Zonya, so he just Zonias it. And Shanks just flashes on him and slices him. Croco's still terrifying, by the way. Croco's still terrifying. They cannot walk into this. Croco is terrifying.
He's got a spear rush available, but Shanks trying to hunt him down. Croco now looking, TP coming down. He just burns. But you gotta be careful.
This Brand is so ridiculous. Rookie just dies to fucking Giga Burn.
ultimate. That's not the TP. He'll come in, but
Brand, I thought Brand only has the Leandries too. He doesn't even have the Blackfire, just has his passive in Leandries.
He goes golden and half their health bars are taken off. Shakes goes over for the other half as well. Now the re-engage goes through from Kyle, but you got to be careful. Rookie misses his charm, and now he's burned into a crisp. He's got a spear rush available, but Shanks trying to hunt him down. Croco
That's so
now
outrageous
looking
that he
TP,
dies
now
to
he
that.
just burns out of nowhere. It's so much time at
5,000 brand
but it's
damage
a
casually.
5,000 damage fight from Croco, and he is burning NIP alive.
and they're TPing back. They're going for the Baron. 3 members down from NIP, including the Smite holder.
Torch is bad on Brand. Oh, I'm not arguing that. I think Leandri's Rylai's is better. I'm just surprised that it did 400 extra damage or whatever to kill him. That's what I'm surprised about.
Everything they came for, and they'll get that big purple worm
That's why I
on
thought he
top
might
as
have
well.
Blackfire, because it did so much dot.
0 and 6. 3.3k up. Croco on Brand is absolutely cracked. And I want your eyes right here onto Shanji, because this is what I wanted him to do last time. But he loses the point. He turns right, then he turns
Shout out
left,
to Arm
and
Guard
that
for Croco.
decision, that split-second decision that he couldn't make, whether he wanted to go right or left, cost him his jungler's life. This could have been NIP with +2 members up. Killing Croco instantly right there could have meant that NIP wins that fight. And again, the indecision came in. Sanji.
Fight. And that is the strength that now a 3-item K and DRX. Obviously, him
So he got the arm guard, and then he now just is going to have the Zonya, so he gets his active back. Very cool. So he's never dying to Kennen now.
For anyone's legend, it feels.
It's looking real good for AL. What a dominant start over. Very decisive 2-0 here. Sends a message to our 2 top teams that have yet to play in the Ascent Group. BLG and Top Esports must be looking at AL right now, because they look so darn scary. AL with a barn buff for another minute and a few seconds up. Rookie's looking. Zuo is back in enemy line. Shax is gonna ult. What is happening?
Run, horsey, run!
Well, old zones him, so he definitely dies now.
Round up these horsies.
Yeehaw?
Yeehaw. Hope is going to try to connect potentially with that
Q.
Hail Mary as well.
There you go.
No. Now he can't get executed. Oh, they give the kill over to Kyle anyways. Oh, there
What is
we go.
Croco doing?
Croco. This time he doesn't have the combo, or does he?
Oh!
Come at me again, bro. And it will be a trade of junglers. Now also Shanks going down too.
That is silly, though. Now we're just happy gaming.
Double kill right there. You see Aki clapping as well. He's like, finally we got them. That was a huge shutdown onto Croco that ended up in Photic's purse right there. Another
I mean, I think the Varus pick is trash here,
however,
to be clear.
Responding with one himself, 700 gold kaching into
But
this,
they,
this
you know,
Sunny's
if they're
pocket as
chasing
well.
that fucking
was a
support
huge
around their
pick right
base,
there.
they
Now,
shouldn't be pushed up in mid lane against a
when
Nocturne with ult up. That's
slightly
just
reworked
silly.
Is now that his ultimate bounces off of himself as well. This is why he's so strong in 1 versus 1s. They see Croco over. I don't know if he was shopping. He was like tapped on another screen. I don't know
What
what's
was he
happening right there.
doing?
However, they do find him overextended. They engage on.
He's like, what? I'm getting picked off by an Ahri and a Nocturne. Both with ult up. How surprising. It is hilarious that he got the kill, though. Not worth, though, because he gave up Baron and shut down.
To these objective fights. It's been 2 dragons in a row that anyone's legend has secured. Now they're going to try to make a play onto Shanks again.
Croco can't get out. Gets unlocked. All right, we're throwing a little bit. We're throwing a little bit.
NIP. A few EP.
Oh,
Just a mild trolling, guys.
Sure, he does a lot of damage. Black Liver is definitely going to help his fortune do a bunch more damage. Along with Death Cup is because if NIP get a really good flank onto Croco.
Did see Hope there at the last second. Wanted to make a play. Is just going to go in here onto Allah. Chunking him down with the charm. All out comes through. Now in here, Rookie looking for his own entrance. Did see Hope there at the last second. Wanted to make a play. Is just going to go in here onto Allah. Chunking him down with the charm. All out comes through. Now in
Good flank from Shanji.
From NIP. Bullet time not going to get much, but they've at least gotten 2 with Shanji. He'll clean them up, but Shank.
Never mind.
Allah. Chunking him down with the charm. All out comes through. Now
It looked better than it was.
goes the combo from NIP. Bullet time
Dude, the
not gonna
brand
get much,
ult
but
is ridiculous.
wanted to make a
The
play.
brand ult
He's
is
just gonna go in here
ridiculous.
onto Allah. Chunking him down with the charm. All out comes through. Now in.
Look at that brand ult. It's right here. It just bounced this way, and it literally just bounces around and kills people. It kills Joe in the back line.
Goes the combo from NIP. Bullet time not going to get much, but they've at least gotten 2 with Shanji. He'll clean them up, but Shanks is looking to fight his way out as well.
Dude, this Zonya's value is so crazy on Croco.
And now Croco and Shanks, the only 2 left in mid lane. The siege is starting to come alive for NIP, and the hope is starting to kick up on the other side of things.
Ah! I think so. Can't do anything.
And make the difference. Face
What is Photic doing?
is starting to come alive for NIP, and the hope is starting to.
Why would you walk up around that corner like he's not going to be CC'd by the time you get there, and he still is going to burn you? God, Brand is so stupid.
Rookie
It's not even fun to watch.
Photic tries to assist, loses both of his summoners, so crucial.
Foden got baited by Rookie, true.
Extremely immobile support. AD carry. Losing both of your summoners right there to what could be the last final fight coming up. NIP win the fight, but then overreach and get punished. 7 extremely tanky. So he doesn't end up going down initially. Great flank from Shanji coming out.
Dude, Krako's ult. Look how much it just bounces around, murdering the back line.
NIP have pretty much won this fight right here and right now. It's a 3-for-2 in their favor. They get to push in that mid lane wave as well. Rookie gets that kill onto KL. And he's just threatening Shanks, but he sees Kroko overextend a little bit. Never mind that. The Baron's
Instant
going
Baron
down.
take.
He wants to get in the pit. He does not have flash. He's got a paranoia. He doesn't get it. It's hope that secures the Baron, and his life is forfeit.
50-50 goes to Kroko.
They have been so dominant so far. It is undefeated in the Rumble stage, and they have Baron aplenty.
Oh, shout out to Anyone's Legend, guys. Good game from them.
These last two
Sort of.
turrets. Bullet time going to be able to clear a lot of the
I mean, they did do a really good job of keeping the cannon under control for 90% of this game.
Slicing Maelstrom from the brink. Is it going to be enough? NIP, they need everything. They need all their hope and all their muster. But Krako steps up. Fate seal from Shanks and Anyone's Legend. They've overextended under turrets. NIP, Rookie, the saving grace, the bodyguard of this team. Can he?
Is that the lady who used to be in LEC? Yes, she has been. She's been ejected from LEC into LPL.
Wave. Overextended.
That's just how they roll at LEC. They invite you on, and then they just cut you off spontaneously. You go into the toy graveyard of LPL.
He is, and now he's completely caught by himself. Tries to use the crash down to escape the distance.
I would really love to know what crime Jamada, Trouble, and Nymira committed to just not be invited back to LEC anymore.
Great TP by Ale into Fog of War. Didn't know what was happening.
Iron Trouble's been on point this game.
One more time, 4 versus 5 right there. But Zwo gets a great engage into 3 members, 4 members even, of AL. And Shanji with a Slice and Maelstrom does enough damage to defend. Great stuff from NIP. Basically keeping themselves alive a little bit longer on the Rift. Crocodile, he's a problem. When he's alive, the damage goes down. The HP bars go down real fast. If I'm not wrong, he's only died once actually this game. Yeah, 10, 1, and 10. 4.5k up his counterpart.
Yeah. But also just a really welcomed split by Anyone's Legend. It feels like they are the new darlings of the LPL.
A dark horse for sure. When the season started, no one expected them to do that well. Nymira will come up for to be able to come back from a deficit, fight behind AL. He's waiting in base. He's waiting in base. Sanji's waiting in base for the TP. When are the lights go?
Will maybe
Now.
I mean, they can just wait for Ocean Drake. Ocean Soul is so crazy, I think, for AL.
They have to coordinate it perfectly that when Paranoia goes down, this is when the TP starts getting channeled.
here while they get a reset out and find as much damage as he can of oppression they've been able to put out on the map all series long.
So technically the tankiest member, he only has a Warmogs and Mercs. Rift, he cannot be face shaking. This is why he bundled up together with Aki. This is the most difficult part for NIP right here, to try and find their way back into this jungle. It might be looking.
Zwo just caught out again. He's gonna flash. Does get all outed in the end. Ala has been delivered to the back line. Now Fate Seal gonna go wide a little bit. Slicing Maelstrom hasn't been that effective.
Terrible ult by Shanji.
Zwo just caught out again. He's gonna flash. Does get all outed in the end.
I basically they just use everything to try and kill the front line. And they don't even, I mean, basically, you know, he is able to snap back because he's unstoppable. He's still stunned at the end, but it doesn't matter. MF ult doesn't really do anything. And so now the Wombo's gone. They have no Nocturne ult. They have no Cannon ult. They have no MF ult. They have no Rel ult. I don't know what Shanji was ulting there. It was really bad. So now they can't actually contest Baron. Like, they literally can't contest Baron. Also, Brand still has ult.
Do it now or never. Aki not going to go for it. Now everybody from Anyone's Legend will move towards mid.
They can't walk into Brand ult.
And push.
Down mid lane, reminder, there is still ultimate onto this Brand. Extremely scary.
their inhib, and now they'll complete the back for 12. So backs are a bit reset here. TP's coming out. Paranoid. This is it. Desperation station for NIP.
All right, they waited for ults to come back up.
They've done it. They're getting the resets for Rookie already. Allah trying to find his way out. He's all out. Look at the gold lead, though. The Pyroclasm is doing work on NIP now as well. He's going down. NIP are running around like chickens with their heads cut off. And anyone
Press up Brandar, win game.
advantage of that. And 3 times they've
Well,
come to
there was
the
some happy
wall,
gaming in
3
there, you gotta
times
say,
they've
from
come
AL,
away
but what a
victors.
terrible performance by NIP. That is a bummer. All right, guys, we will not be having a stream tomorrow, but we will be back on Sunday with some LCK VOD reviews, so I will catch you then.